All right, welcome everyone to our Saturday night D&D session where we follow the exploits of the Tribord Branch Acquisitions Incorporated, officially sanctioned by Acquisitions HQ in Waterdeep. This team is also known as Team Soteria, or the S Team. They are currently in Waterdeep, taking care of business. Would anyone like to do a recap of last week's session?
I wasn't
week.
here
I wasn't
last
here.
week.
I was. Last week, TMS went to go find Freya's backstory elements and tried to stop this otherworld fairy person, elf, Feywild person, getting into Waterdeep. And so we bent and shook down a bunch of people and got no answers. And then we talked to Lady Rajnar, and now we are at the Yawning Portal, waiting to see what's next.
Yes, and to you specifically, I believe I messaged you this, but I want to tell you this in person.
You did.
Okay. That works, because the probably shouldn't know that. Okay. Alright, so you guys are at the Yawning Portal. It's about, it's about 11 a.m. now, because you spent a nice morning walking over to the Rajnar estate and asking Esvela some questions, which she answered. She pointed you in the direction of the House of Wonder, saying that there was a mage there she's familiar with that might be able to help you find individuals or objects in the city. And she gave the name Vera Altreus to you.
Question.
Yes.
Were the people that weren't here last week in character here or not? Like were we still at the Yawning
So I had you guys just chilling at the at Yawning Portal, and so after they met with the Rajnars, they went back there to pick you guys up.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So we're at the Yawning Portal, everyone's met back up together. I think we're still missing someone in the game. We are missing Aveline, you are not. No, you're here. I can't.
I'm not.
I had a brain.
I can't
Okay.
look at the screen.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. I don't want to. Okay. Yeah. So what do you guys?
We ran into Vera at last second, but we're gonna repeat that, I think.
Yeah, I kind of retconned that because it doesn't make sense for Frey to be like, Vera, it's you, and then it's like, whoop, just disappear, like in the thin air. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for the story. So that's why I said she just told you her contact at the House of Wonder, and then you guys went to the Yawning Portal.
Can we retcon until we figured out it was Vera?
I mean, that's on you guys, and late nights and low sleep, I'm gonna guess what that was. I was like, yeah, her name's Vera Altreus. She worships Mister at the House of Wonder, and they described her, and it's like, no one caught on until they literally, touched her.
To be fair, Aveline has no idea.
Yeah, you don't know, but, at least, the other, here, I would expect the other ones to be like, oh, okay. But it's fine. Like I said, everyone was, it was towards the end of the session, so everyone was kind of the caffeine was winding down, the sugar was winding down. It was 12 p.m. Or 12 a.m., sorry.
Inside.
Yeah. Well, to be honest,
So don't fault anyone for that.
Cast Life Spark. It's a first level spell. It's not a real spell.
Oh, I thought you were referring to something from an older edition of D&D, which I did not know.
No, I was literally just making a joke.
Oh.
I have a friend who's playing first edition.
Dear Lord, why?
big oof. People don't play that anymore for a reason.
Yeah, there's Jesse was telling me about it. He's like, yeah, if you're a wizard, you rolled 4d4, and that was your health. You didn't get any more. Ever. I was like, what? Okay, anyway. Yawning Portal. You guys are just setting, let's just say for brevity's sake, you had to settle down for lunch, delivered to you by some waitress or waiter. You guys are discussing what the rest of your plans are for the day while you're still in Waterdeep.
Question. Do I know about this person that can find people? Or do I not know because they haven't?
I'm sure they would have filled you in. And if not, you can. I mean, I can adjudicate that and say they did, or you can do it in character. Whatever's up to you guys.
Cool.
But this is the part I'm trying to talk you guys. This is the part where you RP. This is the part where you start talking.
It's the part where I read your background.
Yeah.
So we came back from meeting Lady Rajnar. We're at the Yawning Portal. Yeah, Evelyn would have filled them in. So be like, hey, I hope you had a good day resting. We talked to Lady Rajnar, and Lady Rajnar said we need to go meet this person who works at the House of Gond.
Wonder.
Oh, thank you. Of Wonder. Her name starts with the Kira, Tira, something like that. I didn't. Maybe yeah, that was it. Vera. Do you know? I don't know that name. Do you know that name?
Yes.
That's
she helped
helpful.
us out. We saved her and some of her former party members. Philip Evans back in Fraggle, and she cured me of a disease that would otherwise have caused major problems for the group.
And she saved my life.
She loves us too much.
She literally raised me from the dead.
That too.
And she hugs me all the time. Too much.
I think her hugs are great. So. So where are you supposed to meet her? The Mrs. House of Wonder?
Yeah, the House of Wonder is located in Sea Ward. It's on the map, I think. It's in the northwest. The Sea Ward is where a lot of the temples to like the major gods are located. So, for instance, the House of Wonder is there. Spires of the Morning, like the edge of it. But most of the temples to a specific god are located in or around the Sea Ward. It's actually quite close to the Rajnar estate.
Cool. That's a ways away.
It's an hour of travel. An hour and a half of travel.
It's like trying to get across New York City.
Oh, who had that melt thing? Didn't someone have like a melt spell? Was that Rex?
Probably was.
That would be great to have right now.
Yeah, if you had a horse, we still have your
Yeah.
carriage, but it's like no way you would teleport here. Never mind, you don't have it. This being taken care of by Carolyn Marin back at the North Shield House. Your horses. So you did not enter Waterdeep with a horse or any means of transportation other than your own 2 feet.
Question: as someone who kind of grew up in Waterdeep like on the coast, would I know any back ways that would get us there faster?
Oh, me too.
I mean, there might be.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really. Yeah.
So, as far as like the, let's see what you would know. You would
probably just know the more shady parts, honestly.
Yeah, the more shady parts would definitely be like the Southern Ward and the Dock Wards where you guys were last. Well, you weren't there, but the party was. Some minor crime bosses down there, sailors getting drunk and stuff. The Field Ward is kind of the newest and poorest district or ward of Waterdeep. The Castle Ward is houses like a lot of government stuff. City of the Dead is like the cemetery. So but to get there quicker, you can always. There's pretty much 2 routes. There's the roads. Just probably getting along one of these major ones and making your way up there. You can't really do much about that. There's also the sewers, but those are fraught with danger, and you have a chance of losing your way. But you could shave off a few minutes if you take the sewers, you think? If that is, if you don't get lost or find anything bad down there and tries to murder you.
Hey, sounds like a pretty shitty way to travel.
But
It's like a shitty way to die.
sounds like a
man.
bard.
Word jail.
Boy, what a coincidence. Because I am.
You always also haven't asked me anything about me. If you guys want to play with that one.
No.
That is true. You did tell
Just
them
you don't know anything about me.
You did tell them that you're a cleric of Lathander, and based on context clues they've deduced, I would have hoped that you have some sort of nobility about your person.
Yeah, but she's very much decked out in like Lathander. Like she wears her robes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, they definitely can ask you about that if they so choose.
Also, question: the House of Wonder thing, is that a Freya thing, or can we just?
The House of Wonder is a temple to Mistra. Anyone can
Is that
go
a Freya
there.
story thing?
Not exactly. Vera knows a lot of different spells that might be helpful to you. If you need to find people or places in Waterdeep, she does know locate. Based on what Esvela said, you guys could probably deduce that she knows locate object and locate person.
She's a higher level than me.
She also might know scrying. That's also a thing she might know, just being a cleric of Mistra. So she can help you if you don't want to just run around the city trying to find people. She can sort of expedite that process.
Cool.
Keep in mind for those spells, though, you do need to at least have like a passing semblance, familiarity with the object that you're looking for. Description, that sort of thing. So the Spires of the Morning are actually, I don't know if you're doing that on purpose, the Spires of the Morning are actually like right here, I believe. They're right next to the Field of Triumph.
It was a hitting thing?
No, Indy is measuring from the Field of Triumph to the Yawning Portal.
Yeah, but it's right next to Spires.
Yeah.
I was just making a joke about the numbers I had.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't notice that. Sorry. Spires are like right there.
Wow.
Yawning Portal's like right here.
Sure.
I tried to make it in about the middle of where the words are, is where the thing is. I need to actually move the Spires over some to the left. But anyway.
So I have Onyx, and if he's loud or ridiculous, I'm.
No, I want to hear your cat.
No, he's sitting like a baby on my lap.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Yes. I love that.
All right, but there are a number of sort of personal quests people have here. They haven't revealed, most of the people haven't revealed them to the party, but if you want to pursue one of this, might be a good time. If you don't want to pursue any of them, I do have a sort of quest I can come down the pipe from Ac Inc. HQ.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Did my sister or whatever, did she give me the name of the person or just a description?
She did. She did give you the name. His name was Ambraxis. Or Abraxas, sorry.
I forget. I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with that name at all, right?
No, you've never heard it before.
Could I, while they were out doing their thing, could I have found a library or something where I could try to do research on his on that name and try to figure out, gain any information I could find.
So, what was the name again? Abraxas?
Yeah, when I was super drunk and wrote my name in blood on the contract to my evil mother person thing.
Yeah. So yeah. Just give me a. What do I want to do with this? History check.
I don't. Okay, hold on. Let me get my computer.
Sorry, I can roll for you.
No, it's fine.
If you have in-person dice, you can like actual physical dice. You just roll those.
I have physical dice.
Let me get your modifiers real quick.
1 second.
Which I can have your character sheet up and just add your modifiers to whatever you roll.
Okay, sorry. Let me grab my.
No, what is this? What is a Braxo? Brax is a demon. Like, that's what he actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I was making a joke reference to like the Fallout universe because
16.
there's.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to click on it because I'm streaming, so I don't know. I don't want another furry porn situation. So
That won't happen with me. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled a 16.
All right. So
for now.
You 16. You got 18 in total then.
Right here.
And so what you basically figure out about Abraxas is
Great peening agent.
that he was a tiefling who studied at the House of Wonder, and he was a struggling magic student there, trying to delve deep into the mysteries of the arcane, hoping that being so close to Mistress' place of worship would assist him. His endeavor sadly did not. But all of a sudden, this is from studying student records and like test scores and stuff like that. All of a sudden, his spellcasting ability explosively increased, like almost seemingly overnight. And professors there and clerics were sort of befuddled by how he could harbor such latent magical energy and not have exploited it sooner. But then, mysteriously, about a month ago, let's say about 2 months ago, he disappeared, and no one has seen him since.
Oh, so it was recent. So, okay. So, can I glean like an age at which he would probably be, considering I'm aware of what the.
So
the
he is
non-expected
probably a, let's see, tieflings lived about to be the same as humans, right? Let's look it up on D&D Beyond.
Typically or a little bit longer.
Yeah, that are a little bit longer, but roughly human lifespan.
So about 80 to 100 years, I would say, as maximum lifespan. So let's say he's about 30 then.
Okay.
And so it says he started attending what you can see from his sort of transcripts. He transferred into the university when he was about 15. He struggled for 5 years, not really showing any much if any progress in the magical arts until he got to about 20 years old, and then that's when his magical ability just shot off. And for the past 10 years, he's been sort of a prodigy. But then he disappeared.
Okay.
Has Evelyn been staying at the Yawning Portal or at the Spires?
Whatever you would like. I mean, for team building, the Yawning Portal would probably be.
But she's probably been there, but she should at some point go probably check in at the Spires since she's still on.
That's definitely a possibility as well. You do still have a room there, being from the Order of the Aster, which is headquartered there. Now, keep in mind, the Order of the Aster is usually paladin-based, and being a cleric there, they sort of kind of make fun of you a little bit for it. But it's like light ribbing. They don't actually discriminate against you.
No, she's the low one on the totem pole there.
Yeah, it's like,
Definitely.
oh, why don't you try and swing a longsword? Oh wait, you never learned how. Lol, that sort of thing.
That doesn't sound like light ribbing.
Oh no, the order is all about like
As far as
She's chill.
as far as discriminating against her, like not taking her on missions, like actively putting her down, they recognize her abilities and they make use of her. But they don't.
because she's a cleric.
Yeah, they don't
but
often
that's
ask her to
about
be like on the front lines, smiting, demons and whatnot. But they're very militaristic focused, so if you can't really fight that well, they sort of make fun of you for it. And you would know that the person that sort of heads the... Let's see if she's still in there. That sort of heads the... Well, that's 3rd edition. Doesn't help. So the person that heads the Spires of the Morning, the sort of high priest, is the Lady Gentilara, Lady High Radiance Gentilara. Is the head of the Temple of Lathander.
Would I have...
gentle what?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
And then she has a sort of a second in command, like a cardinal or something. I guess if you're going with like Catholic ranks. I'm not a Catholic, so I don't know, but I'm guessing like a cardinal. She has a sort of like her second in command is a man named. I'm assuming it's a man with this name. Yes, it's a human male named Prior Athazar. I'm sorry, someone had a question? Did I miss that?
How could you?
Taxier.
Kexter, you're muted. So if you're trying to talk, there's a reason we can't hear you. As far as missing something...
Yeah, sorry. There was background noise.
Okay, I was just explaining a little bit about the Spires of the Morning to Eveline, who is mulling over where she wants to go back there for a bit.
Eveline definitely wants to go back to get holy water.
That is definitely an option. But like I said,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Would I have known if he was staying at the temple or where he would have been, like what general area he would have lived in, or any like personal information that I could glean?
So yeah, while he was a student at the House of Wonder, he lived there. But he sort of after he got this after like his sort of second awakening or whatever you want to call it to magic, where he became so good and amazing that he actually had his own residence in the Sea Ward, but it doesn't state where it is in the records.
Okay.
It just said it was he says he bought, like, due to his amazing magic that he could perform, he often caught the eye of nobles and performed various services for them. He accrued enough money to buy an estate in the Sea Ward, which is where the sort of young blood or rich people, the Gatsbys, if you're familiar with the Great Gatsby, are, whereas the old blood or the established nobles live in the North Ward of Waterdeep.
Okay.
But after he left for that, the House of Wonder doesn't keep any records of where the students the exact address, rather, of where the students go after they leave the House of Wonder. So the rest of the day is yours. It's about midday now. I got a good about 7 hours of daylight left. It's actually more like 8 because it's summertime. So, the day is yours.
Okay.
So, are we planning on going to the House of Wonders? Or people need to errands or something?
Like I said, it's up to you guys. You can discuss that amongst yourselves.
Speaking? Oof.
This is D&D, unfortunately. Gotta talk sometimes. Otherwise, it's just me talking the whole time. That can get pretty boring.
Okay. So just to, I guess, like restate what's already been said. So this would hold on. So we're trying to find this guy, Abraxas. God, can't say Abraxos. Abraxas. We have to try and figure out where he went.
Well, this is all stuff that she has Caxius discovered on her own whilst you were trapezing around Waterdeep with tiefling crime bosses and visiting the Rashnar state, that sort of thing. She was hitting the books, as it were, and find out more about Abraxas. She has not, I believe, she has not revealed to you all who this Abraxas character is, similarly to how you have not revealed to the party your connections, well, most of the party, your connections to the Harpers. You all have secrets here that you have not you have chosen to not reveal to the party. But I mean, the time for secrets, at least certain secrets, might be coming to an end if you need, because you might need assistance.
Okay.
Secret.
You just some of these things you might need assistance in, like taking down a guy who's been infernally blessed in the arcane arts, might be beyond a level 4. Just throw that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, what do you want to do today? I have an errand I have to run, but that can happen whenever. Does anyone have anything they need to do?
No.
Well, last week you tried to get us to go to the giant litter box next to the giant bowl of water.
I did. Last week, Evelyn did try to have a beach episode.
Oh.
They
I can't believe I missed
Did you
that.
actually?
No.
They decided to wait until everyone was here before they went to the beach. It is
Thank God.
summertime.
Thank God.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Damn, Rex, why are you not here now?
I need to start planning for that. I'm gonna write that down in my D&D to-do list. Plot a beach episode.
Beach day.
Okay.
So if no one has anyone else to do, you guys want to come with me?
Yeah, where are you going? Yes, we know where you're going, right?
I don't know.
I know where I'm
You haven't
going.
talked to her about a lot of things about her character.
You know nothing.
No one, unfortunately, no one
there.
here.
Where are you going?
The Spires of the Morning, of course. It's like Thursday. It's prayer day. And I should probably check in with my other bosses.
Sure, why not? Have to head back over there anyways.
All right. So you guys make your way, unless no one has anything else they want to do. Nothing. No business you want to bring up to the party. Don't want to talk amongst yourselves anymore.
Nope.
All right, you guys begin to
In a moment.
Spires of the Morning. Aveline, did you ever talk to me about like members of your order? I mean, actually, there might be some that are canon. Let me look it up.
Didn't talk to you about members because I don't know any of them. I'm sure there are some.
Spelled it wrong. Okay, so you would know then that while these are D&D names, so
Of course they are.
you would know
Any
that
name can be a
the sort of
D&D
the
name.
commander of one of the commanders of the Order of the Aster, the sort of is named, dear Lord, I'm not even gonna try. It's a human male. Man, his title is High Dawn Knight.
Make up your own.
Flanthar. I might retcon these later because these are horrible names. I'm just going to shake my head. Perkins. Actually, this is a Mr. Boyd here, so and Mr. Greenwood, but those don't roll off the tongue like Perkins does.
Pre-Perkins.
Okay, so but this is his name.
I like the last name on that list.
Wow, that's a name.
Wait, what is it? I can't see it.
High Dawn Knight, Talinthar Regorade, Regorad.
Oh, I love that.
I can put it.
Talinthar
Yeah.
Reg her raid. It's
I can put these in Discord.
Tlinthar is the first name, and then Regherad.
It literally sounds like Pokemon.
Yeah, so that's
I
one of
have
the
a
that's
crack in my
not the
screen right where
overall
that is.
ruler,
I
but it's
can't
one
read
of the senior, like almost like if there was like one,
With
it's like one of the generals
Brigade.
essentially of the Order of the Aster, and High Radiance Gentilara is the sort of the high priest at the temple, the pope, as it were, of Lathander.
No, I'm imagining like Jerry as being a cleric of Timora, with like the Pope hat on his head.
He's seriously thinking about switching to Lathander. He said, I don't know if he's just saying to, keep string Evelyn along, but he's said it numerous times. But anyway, you guys approach the spires of the morning. They're very intimidating structures. Numerous towers. Rather.
I did purchase that. I would like to say that Freya has her clothes back, and I have my stuff back, and I have the sewing.
Yeah. You guys
What
have your
happened?
normal kit back. You guys sort of got a little bit fancy to visit the Rajnar estate.
I let Freya my traveler's gear, traveler's like clothes, and then I took Freya's clothes and mended them with like a needle and thread.
And so you approach the spires of the morning, which is a cathedral that's so called because it has capped by 7 spires. The cathedral itself is built of pink marble and is comprised of 3 stories. These spires are built out of copper, gold, and silver. And they sort of catch and reflect the sunlight, the first rays of the sun as it peeks over Mount Waterdeep.
Well, this is where we need to go. This is where, I go pray and stuff. It's a thing.
Cool.
I'm gonna get holy water. She walks in.
All right, so the Temple of Lathander is as one of the major deities, enough so much so they have their own temple. These are sort of open to the public, and so anyone can generally walk in. Also, a brief aside: Nine Lives, you are no longer in Roll20. But anyone can walk in, so you're very easily able to pass through these doors that lead into this pink marble structure. and they swing open rather easily. Inside, it's sort of polished marble as well. Floors, you see a number of clergy walking around their daily duties. You see rooms where they are healing the sick, where they're holding their prayer rooms. They're sort of teaching people in these other rooms as well. You would know that there's also other rooms dedicated to housing your order. That's on a different story. But yeah, that's what you
I have
sort
to go
of
for a
get.
second.
It's
Be
very
back in a minute.
grandiose, very like very illuminating. Like since it's midday, there's a lot of like glass that allows in a lot of light. There's a giant golden statue of Lathander at the far end of this giant high vaulted ceiling that stretches all the way up to 3 stories. Then wrapping around the main sort of gathering place, walkway, room, what have you, are these 3 rings that denote these stories.
She'd probably go check her version of her mailbox first. That makes like the Waterdeep version of a.
Yeah, so
Fantasy mailbox.
I mean, you don't expect much mail because you have you did come to you cut ties with your family fairly early in your life, and they usually don't really contact you that much.
It's like
That's a misinterpreting your backstory.
And like her head, it's like the order, like the mailbox for the order, and it's like where she gets like information or like notes to come see me, kind of like imagine, if you will, a elementary school's front office where the staff have their like internal order mailboxes.
Okay, yeah. So
that kind of thing.
Roll. So you get there and you're reading through stuff. It's like a lot of reports on where the Order of the Aster has sent out excursions to, or crusades, what have you. A lot of purging of the unclean, burning things to the ground that are unholy, that sort of thing. By the light be cleansed. A lot of religious Lathander like idioms.
By the light of Lathander.
And what have you. But make a religion check.
Sorry.
A religion check?
Yes. Ooh.
She's not proficient in religion, y'all.
What? Okay, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not telling you how to play a character. But hey, so you're running through these sort of reports. Nothing seems out of the usual to you.
Same old, and she recycles them. And then if they would go to the equipment locker to get holy water, because she needs it for her everyday.
So there's a sort of quartermaster there, and I believe the cleric of the Thunder, or any cleric, should be able to make holy water. They just need. Do they need ingredients? How does that work? Let me see.
Shrugs.
I would say if you were going out on an excursion, sort of like they would issue you holy waters, or like they sort of like your equipment needed for a mission. But if you want to sort of get it outside of a mission where they don't issue it to you, you have to buy it from the quartermaster there, but it is heavily reduced. So it says. In fact, I'm reading holy water. It says a cleric or paladin may create holy water by performing a special ritual. Takes 1 hour to perform and uses 25 GP worth of powdered silver. That requires the caster spend a first level spell slot. So because they get a lot of tithe from people, they're able to heavily reduce discount the price of holy water for you up to a certain amount, within reason. And they offer it to you for the low price of 15 gold pieces.
I'm looking at something.
It's normally 25. I'm using them just the blurb from Roll20, which I'm assuming they pulled from the PHB.
Yeah, I'm looking at my spell list. What of them needs holy water?
Oh, I see. So long as it says it is not consumed on use, I usually let that fly. Like, I just assume you have what you need for your spells prepared. But with something like a Revivify that specifically says you need these diamonds and they're consumed upon use, then you need to go out your way to buy those.
Oh, question. In the time that everyone was away, would Kexir have figured out what those boots were?
Yes, so those were actually explained to you, and no, you guys gave them back to Lady Rajnar.
I did not know that.
But
Okay.
essentially, Rex. The reason why is Rex used Identify on them, and
Oh, they were unattunable, right?
yes, well, she explained Esvela when you were interrogating her. Explained them to you. She's like, because you threatened to take them away, and she's like, well, she's like said basically you came and used them anyway. But there was a special like sort of rune or sigil placed on them that prevented anyone besides Esvela from attuning to them. You could dispel that rune based on Rex's Arcana. No, wait, this is in table talk afterwards. I explained. You could dispel that rune with a dispel magic, but there was a chance for you to actually dispel all the magic attached to the item along with that rune, depending on your Arcana roll.
The in
That's
character
not
thinking
good.
though was that it would be weird if the Black Viper didn't have all of her gear if we were letting her go. So that's why. Your boots are back on your feet though. We did do that.
Yeah, I just
And
wondering if she
make sure.
wasn't sure if she
And I
told them
did
this.
tell you that in the last session, but you just didn't hear it.
Yeah, I was out and I haven't had time to catch up as much as I would have liked.
It's okay, but I did make sure to mention it loud for you.
Thanks.
Evelyn, yes, we'll buy the holy water. I didn't know I could make it, so that's good to know.
Yep. To make it, you would need to expend 25 gold worth of silver, essentially. So it's more
She's
expensive
going
to
to
make
buy
it.
it.
You can make it, but it's more expensive. But yeah, so they
How much silver is it? It's
25 gold worth.
so 15 gold. You said?
Yes, to buy it here, and they
Okay.
will allow you to, with that discount. They will allow you to buy one a day with that discount.
That's fine. I just need one.
Okay. All right. So you guys, I believe, have concluded your business at Spires in the morning. I'm gonna sort of hold off on Word of the Astor building until I talk more with you about that.
That's fine. She would probably do like cleric quests for the people.
Yeah, there's standard fare like heal to sick, that sort of thing. There's not really a lot of like go here and smite evil.
Go get stuff.
Because the Order of the Astor takes care of that, along with the Watchful Order and the City Guard and stuff. Waterdeep is usually very well protected against planar threats. So there's nothing you can really accomplish in the city for the Order of the Astor as far as like murdering things goes. Like there is plenty of if you have time and spell slots available. There's always people that need healing though. Occasionally there'll be rumblings of the undead. They might need in the city of the dead. They might need someone to go down there occasionally, just knock some skulls around, literally. But other than that, those only happen at night, really. But other than that, there's not really much to do with the Order of the Astor in Waterdeep proper. They don't only get Order of the Astor is a militant order, so you don't only get many fetch quests. People regard them higher than that.
Yeah, but she's also a cleric of Lathander through the temple, so the temple could also send her on quests. That's what I was saying.
I see.
But she's got her water. She goes, okay, I'm good. Where do you guys want to? Unless they want to ask her like what this is or what anything is.
As far as I know, you guys haven't really been to Spires in the morning before. Let's see. You would, 911 Lives, you notice there's a lot of good rays here. So you're taking note. Come back here.
Oh, I would show them my room. It would have like a window for the sun.
Yeah, like there are so many rays to catch in this place. And she is dead. Or just muted.
No, she's grabbing food.
Ah,
Or she said that
Oh, I'm
I
sorry,
should-
I don't.
a while ago.
I should probably go and get some food now too.
Milk
Probably need a
tea?
bit.
So for the
Food is for the week.
for the tieflings that come in, you get some stares because they're not used to.
I would pop my
They're not.
foot up.
They're not like condescending or like most sisters you look.
Oh.
They're like one of the people comes over to you, and it's like an older man. He's like pushed his hand on your shoulder and is like, "Bless you, child." You have decided. It's like
I just-
but he
Oh,
just
good.
kind of glare at him out of the side of
he
my
continues says, "You've decided to turn away from your infernal nature, embrace the light of Lathander. Truly, you are blessed this day."
I
You
just
are blessed.
immediately start walking away.
Oh no.
Wait, no.
Oh,
Would you
no.
like to buy
No.
one of these pamphlets about the great?
Evelyn steps in and goes, George, they're with me.
Oh,
Back off.
I didn't see you there. My apologies.
Would I be able to glean if I had any resemblance to my target at all, considering you share a infernal parent of sorts? Is it like general features, or is it more like you definitely look like my sibling type thing?
As far as what you pulled from the records of the House of Wonder, you don't really get. They have a brief description, but it's nothing more than what you would have on like a. They don't really have pictures that they can take. Photography.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
nothing more than what you have on like your bio and your character sheet, like age,
Okay.
height, weight, eye color, skin color, hair color, that sort of thing.
So
Any
is that
distinguishing
similar to me?
any distinguishing features like a scar or tattoo they probably have on there too, but other than that, it's not a lot. So based on that, his skin shade is the same. Well, his skin shade is red.
Okay, so not.
And his hair color is dark. He does have golden eyes though.
Okay.
But as far as like general facial features, what you might recognize as like a distant relative or something, you don't see any of that there.
Mhm. Okay.
However, he was described to you as by, I believe he was described to you by, I'm blanking on it, Glasna herself, though. She described him to you, as well as his name. So you have a mental picture of this individual.
She left.
Who left?
Caxir. Left temporarily. She said she'd be back.
Were you still at the temple?
Yes, you're still at, as far as I know, you're still at the Spires in the morning.
Cool. Evelyn goes to her room to see if, I don't know, she goes to look at her room. Because who knows what's there, what she can get.
So, it's pretty much untouched from when you left it, and decided to join Ack Inc. There's sort of a cleaning crew that comes by and sort of keeps everything nice and tidy because, you know, Knights of the Order of the Aster have better things to do than waste their time cleaning. But yeah, so it's pretty much the way you left it. Is there something in particular you're looking for?
No, I just didn't know if she left anything in a room that was interesting.
You don't see any letters addressed to you or anything like that. But yes, it's a pretty standard room for, as far as you know, for members of the Order of the Aster. Anything else you guys want to do at the Spires of the Morning?
Is it what time is it now?
It is about 1:30.
So it's about lunchtime.
Well, you guys have already had lunch. You had lunch at the Yawning Portal.
Indy would go out into the streets and play some music,
I'm sorry.
like he normally does.
It took you about an hour to get there, so it's about 1 p.m.
Okay. So yeah, he'd like go out on like a busy street corner into a market somewhere, someplace where there'd be lots of people. And he'd start playing music.
I'm looking up this close by. Oh dear Lord, I can't. The letters don't make sense. The same. Sahuguin, humbled, Sahuagin. Okay, that's a walking statue of Waterdeep. Okay, so there's a sort of landmark tourist attraction close by called Sahuagin humbled. It's a you wouldn't know this, but it's a giant statue essentially.
Okay.
Would I know that?
Yeah. So it's a walking statue of Waterdeep. That it's the you know it as the only one, as far as you can tell, that still exists, as far as you know, because it's the only one visible. And it's like, this is a giant statue, and you do know that a long time ago,
We used to be friends.
they were built to defend the city from threats, most notably of the ethereal variety. And the Black Staff can somewhat control them. But you also do know that they can physically walk around too and combat threats in the Prime Material Plane as well. But they haven't moved, as far as you know, for decades, if not hundreds of years. Actually, no. How old are you?
22. But she's lived in here since she was 8.
Math is hard.
14 years in Waterdeep.
Okay. So you would know that when you were 9, when you just come to Waterdeep, something happened. A statue appeared you hadn't seen before called the Griffin. And it helped defend Angheron's tower before settling down near the Peak Top Erie on Mount Waterdeep.
There's a really cool statue over there.
But I think that would be the only one you have seen actually move in your entire life.
Interesting.
But it's now actually, you can see on the map, actually, the Griffin is located. In fact, all these stars are probably walking statues now that I realize it, because now I'm looking at it. The Lady Dreaming, the Griffin, Sahuagin, Humble, the Sword Maiden, the God Catcher. Those are all names of walking statues.
Cool.
But you sort of see this giant figure, stone structure and stone and metal structure, and you head towards it. You see a bunch of people crowded around at the base, and you begin to sort of play your instruments. And let me roll to see. Make a performance check. Are you trying to like talk up the crowd and learn some things about Waterdeep, or are you just playing away trying to get some tips?
Why not both?
Is there anything particular you're looking for?
Maybe a spot where other bards talk and hang out. Like a sort of like a spot maybe not a whole lot of people know about. Like if I see like another bard playing there, like I'll try and like get some more information about like where.
So you don't see
Other
another
people.
bard at this time or at this place. They usually prefer to be in taverns and the like, where the alcohol present makes people far more generous with their money. So that's why they generally visit these establishments. They also can get free food and drink as well if they perform well enough. So it's a great deal usually for bards to perform in such places rather than sort of out on the street. But you hear a few rumors around town. People are excited about the Founders Day coming up. The Summer Festival in Waterdeep, that's still a few weeks away. There's talk about, well, first make a performance check and a perception check.
Okay.
But you get that Founders Day thing just free because
Performance, only a 16.
Okay, so performance.
And a perception check.
You just to hear this buzz.
Okay, 16, 17. 16 for performance and 17 for
Let's
perception.
make 10 silver pieces.
Okay.
There's a lot of talk around town about just various happenings. They were like, "Did you hear last night? The Black Viper was active in the North Ward. So they robbed some noble at knife point." And they're like, "Oh, a dastardly villain." There's also talk about it's like, did you also hear there's a lot more monsters appearing around the city as of late. People think they're coming out of the Undermountain. It's very, very concerning. And then, what's that? Did you hear there's a new adventuring company in Waterdeep? They just set up shop in the trades wars. It's called Acquisitions Incorporated. They say something like, you inquire, we acquire. It's very strange. Not sure if I trust them yet.
I hear they're actually pretty great.
Wait, what's happening right now? Sorry.
He's playing outside next to the statue and trying to get some little rumors from what was happening in Waterdeep.
What statue?
Sahuagin humbled next to Spires of the Morning.
Okay.
And they're sort of talking about things around town. They're like, "Well, what do you know about such matters, young man?"
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I said, "What would you know about such matters?" No Waterdavian.
No, I'm just an adventurer myself, and I've heard some good things about them from other adventurers. I think you should check them out.
He says, "Make a persuasion check."
Come on, you're a bard.
Okay.
Be good at this.
Yeah.
All right. So he says,
Yeah,
I
it's a
usually
26.
don't take the advice of random strangers, but in a certain way with the loot and your words there, young man, I might. If I even need their services, I will certainly inquire. And then you also hear, the last thing you hear, Indy, is that there seems to be sort of gang feud, a gang war going on between two sort of organizations, the Zentarum and the Xanathar's Guild. And they're both looking for something, or rather, people think that they're both after the same thing. They don't know what, because they usually the Xanathar's Guild usually has a very firm control on Waterdeep, so the Zentarum usually stay clear of the city proper. But whereas the Xanathar's Guild is localized in Waterdeep, the Zentarum operate all up and down the Sword Coast, and indeed all of Faerun. And it's strange that they would enter the city knowing they would be drawn to come to the Xanathar's Guild unless there was something here they wanted. So people are talking about that as well, but they don't know what it is.
Okay.
And that's what you glean from the rumors around town. Is Cax, you're back with us?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I just dealing with something
It's fine.
expected.
So you guys are still at the Spowers of the Morning. Indy has stepped out a bit to play while you guys are, and Evelyn's like, this is where I trained to be a cleric of Lathander. This is my room that I've had since I was 8 years old. This is the this is the great golden statue of Lathander where I used to pray every morning.
I'm just kind of like nodding on, like pretending to listen and just kind of.
She
like,
did not pray
spacing
every
out.
morning. That is wrong.
What? This is shattering my preconceived.
Oh no.
I thought you were like the perfect like cleric, and you were like, "Oh, I'm so good."
No, that's Evelyn Marthane. I think you've heard of her.
I'm confusing you a bit. Now, you do know that there used to be prior sort of god of the heavens up. He was briefly, I believe this is the name Chris gave in Dice Game Action, but he was briefly infatuated with Elaine Marthane, and there's a sort of heroes hall in the Spowers of the Morning where there are statues devoted to like heroes in the past of Lathander, great heroes, paladins, clerics, and the like, who have vanquished some great evil or saved the realm or something like that. And there was recently Prior decided to take upon himself, due to his infatuation with Evelyn Marthane, to install a statue of her in the city, but you don't in this Hall of Heroes, but you don't know what happened to it. Like where there's a plaque there that says Evelyn Marthane, Paladin of Lathander, but there's no statue.
Evelyn's not a very religious cleric.
So you don't know how.
Like,
go ahead.
She's religious enough, but she's not all like, praise Lathander, praise Lathander, praise Lathander.
So
probably from her background, though.
So there's the giant, like, great golden statue of Lathander where you occasionally prayed at wherever you felt the need or you wanted something from Lathander. You decide to pray to him.
She would roll her eyes at, like, she goes like twice a week, but she's not an everyday person. But she quotes like an everyday person, if that makes sense. It's like a facade. Like, every day is prayer day.
I see.
Did you let the light of the morning shine on you today?
So
I like it.
The rest of you, as I believe, like, there's constant attempts by if Evelyn herself is not present with the two tieflings, there's constant attempts by members of the clergy to convert
I'm just sending
the
out
rest of the
death
group.
glares.
Especially the tieflings. They
Everywhere.
seem razor focused on the tieflings, ignoring all death glares, trying to press holy symbols or pamphlets or
holding a
books
dagger
into your
and,
hands, offering you for the low price of a few silvers. They're saying the best
Elaine
way
sees
to.
this, and she goes over and she takes out this mythical parchment that has like a name tag, says, "Hi, I'm here with Ava Lane. Talk to her," and sticks it on them.
All right. So once you have this sort of religious name card that sort of marks you as a charge or a ward of Aveline, most people seem to back off.
Sorry, they're a little aggressive. I should have warned you. Oops. Just ignore them.
But I brought it up because for the rest of you that aren't like devoted to Lathander or like this whole religion thing, it's getting a bit overbearing to be in this place where people are just like talking about how great Lathander is, about how great the light of the morning is, and the light of the sun in general, and how it bathes all in its golden warmth, and it's very comforting, and
does
it's
it
so
seem
great.
kind of like culty, or is it just kind of like, we love our god and this is great because the god is great, or is it like culty?
It's a little bit of both. It's like flirting that line. Like Lathander's
Okay.
definitely a deity, an established god. He knows that.
Yeah.
It's not like some random like 20 people in a basement sort of thing going down.
Yeah.
But these people that are clerics are sort of, you would say they are zealous or fanatical in their devotion to
They're
Lathander.
like the multi-level marketing managers of Lathander.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Evelyn doesn't push it that hard.
Is not.
She's
I mean,
no.
the
She's all like,
the surest way to reach the Morning Lord's side in the afterlife is to recruit 5 of your friends to join the.
yes.
That's the surest
New
way.
campaign.
But anyway, you guys are getting a bit tired of the whole scene.
But Evelyn's like, look, you can talk to me about it, whatever. That's cool. If you don't want to, also cool. But like, these people are my deal. Sorry? And then we leave.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. You guys are sort of getting tired of the whole scene, so you decide to leave. It's about
Very,
2
very
now.
tired already.
2 p.m. in the afternoon. Still got plenty of daylight left. And, what you do with it is once again up to you.
So 9 More Lives is still kind of transfixed by this idea of a giant litter box next to a giant bowl of water.
9 More Lives should also know that there's so much sun rays in this in the Temple of Lathander that like it's a catnap place.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. There's so many rays. Like, there are rays for days in there. Like, you could choose a new ray, like, every day you think of the year, and not get to all of them.
Sounds amazing.
So, heaven.
But you, as for this, like, this big body of water that you know, you can smell it now a lot more clearly that you're very close to the sea here. The Spires of Morning is located a lot closer to the ocean than the Yawning Portal is, so you can definitely smell it on the air, on the salt. And if you look out to the west, you can even see on the horizon, you can see a big old body of blue water, even beyond the city's walls.
Do I catch her looking out towards the ocean?
I mean, if she's doing it enough and obviously, then yes, you can.
Are you?
Am I what?
Are you like being obvious in your fascination with the water, or?
I'm obviously wary of the water, but I am curious more about the sand.
Giant litter
the giant,
box. Okay.
where apparently you don't shit. You just
You
do
lay.
everything but shit in the
Lay.
litter.
Think of it like a giant sun ray outside. It's a place to lay. It's warm. Like a heating pad.
I like that.
Got it.
And there was a perfect view of the sea from Evelyn's window in her because it's facing the west. Um, and from that higher vantage point, you can definitely see the sea. Unfortunately, this litter box that they described to you is blocked by the castle walls. I mean, the city walls. So you couldn't really get a good view of that. But there's definitely, like I said, a big old body of blue water out there that you're sort of wary of.
Are there birds on this beach?
I don't know, are seagulls a thing in D&D? I would assume they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure?
I mean, why wouldn't they?
I mean, so yeah, you can hear them calling from now, even now. Like, now that you're on the western side of Waterdeep, so close to the water, you can hear them going. Like, it's very faint, but it's sort of like I think it's like an underlying, like, white noise. This obnoxious calling, or to you, a delicious sound. Like, you begin salivating because you're like a Pavlov's dog. You associate that with food.
I'm gonna go try to get one.
I
All right,
immediately start trailing
you would
after her.
need to climb the castle wall, I mean the city wall to do
Wait.
so.
Can I like pull her and like, hey, I know a better way, and just kind of like lead her out to like one of the like smaller beaches, or like part off the docks. It's like there's like birds and shit that she could eat
And so there's a west gate here.
or whatever.
You can go to. It's pretty close.
I can't see.
Sorry, the west gate is the closest gate to Waterdeep. It leads out to a beach known as the Mud Flats. Not the best beach, obviously, due to the name. But there should be seagulls aplenty here, and you can try to catch one with an acrobatics check.
Okay. I'll lead
Evelyn
her
casts guidance because it's funny.
out there. Yeah, and as soon as we get to the water, or into the area, as soon as she turns her back, I'm gonna jump into the
Beach
water and like
day!
go underneath it.
All right. So roll your d4 for guidance there, 9 more lives. Birds are kind of hard to catch, so you need a good roll. Okay, unfortunately, it is not enough. These are wise birds, and they are onto you as soon as you begin to prowl the sands.
Can I try to
What if I shoot
catch one for her?
You
Yeah,
can
then
definitely
we
try to
throw a
shoot
dagger.
one. Yes. I'm sorry, Caxter, what would you want?
I was like, can I like try to grab one as well for her? Like try to help.
Yeah,
like,
so
grab,
you
try to-
can breathe underwater for, well, indefinitely.
indefinitely. Yeah, I always
So-
have the hood up unless I say otherwise.
So you'll still be wet, but you can go down
Oh, I don't
there
care.
and lie in wait for a gull to land on the water out of the distance of
Yes.
Nine Alive's claws, and give me a sleight of hand check to catch this bird.
And I'm also gonna try to like grab any fish that are nearby if I can grab those as well.
And fish will be a lot harder to catch, and you would probably be unable to do so.
Sleight of hand. Oh shit, I'm not proficient in that. Okay.
Nevertheless, you managed to catch one. You just grab it. It starts squawking and flapping fiercely and trying to get away, but you got a death grip on it.
Pull it underwater and make it like drown it, and then
Oh, you
break
snap
its
its neck?
Swim back, yeah. Swim
All
back
right.
and give it
It's a
to
quick,
Entice.
and it's goes limp. You bring it up. Now it is wet because you said you brought it underwater.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a wet bird, one wet bird for you. That as you
Plop it at
sort
her
of
feet.
take aim, 9 more lives, you see Caxer bring this wet bird out of the water.
Gonna walk it over and just plop it at her feet.
And if you are satisfied with one wet, dead, now standing crusted seagull, then that can be that. Or if you want to try your hand and ammunition at murdering a bunch more of these gulls, then be my guest. You'll need an attack roll.
Well, it's like a pride thing. Like, I didn't catch it, so.
All right. Okay.
Rude.
So unfortunately, there's no sneak. 18 is enough to hit. 9 is also enough to kill. I believe the most beast can have that's small. It's 1d4. So you definitely murdered it. You murdered one, but good.
So I think I'm gonna feast on one and then put the other one in the vorp.
All right.
There's more about
If a bag could look questioningly at its owner, this would be the sort of feeling you get from the bag as it devours this bird for later use.
As this is happening, I go back in the water, just kind of chill and try to catch some fish if I can, but otherwise chill in there.
All right, catching fish with your bare hands is a lot more difficult than catching a bird that can't see you.
Yeah.
So you will need a sleight of hand check, and you will need above a 20 to do this.
You want to bless me or give me
Oh.
inspiration for this very weird thing I'm about to do?
Here,
Oof.
have
Oh no.
some guidance,
Okay,
which
so
isn't going to help you now.
unfortunately, it's not going to help you.
Yeah, no.
So
But it's
you
funny.
manage to try to catch a fish, but sort of like as you're closing around it, it's sort of its tail brushes past your fingertips, and then due to your sort of swimming around and attempts to catch these fish, they have all sort of moved away from you.
Oh, that happens.
Can I cast thaumaturgy behind the fish?
How
To make
far
them
out are you,
closer?
Caxier? And can you? First of all, you can't see these fish, so
In the water.
yeah. So
You're
how far out is Caxier? Caxier, you probably need to be around 30 feet plus to be
Yeah.
deep enough in the water to find fish.
Yeah, I'm far enough out that I can like swim and catch them.
So
like,
what is
catch
the
them
range of
comfortably, but I'm not.
thaumaturgy is the question, and can you see these fish is also the question.
Thaumaturgy lets me create harmless tremors in the ground for a minute. And it's 30 foot.
Okay, so tremors in the ground might not affect these fish who are in the water.
But I'm casting it in the water. Is water not ground?
Water is not ground. It is one of the
Is water a dark ground?
Yeah, no. Okay. The
Water's a
sky
liquid
sky
ground.
is the opposite of ground. Water is like nega ground.
It's a liquid ground.
No, it's not ground. You
What-
can't do anything. I don't think. Yeah, you can't really do anything to this water with that material. I don't think.
Is quicksand not ground?
Eventually, you do reach the bottom of quicksand. You just die usually before you get there.
Such a cool use of thaumaturgy too, y'all.
I know. I want it to happen because the spell doesn't say anything about water. It says ground and air and fire. I mean, what do you
You
want?
can make a sound, right? Can't you make a sound or something?
Yeah, that choice.
Listen,
Point
allow
your
it.
choice within range. But like I said, these fish are too far out for 30 feet.
She
Like,
could like
Hey,
walk into the
a
water
sound-
a little bit, make sonar, and like scare all these
okay,
fish.
so
right?
you walk
A
into this
sound-
water.
If you make a loud enough sound, you can cause an earthquake.
Yeah, not
That is
that
true.
high with thaumaturgy. But once again, keep in mind,
It's a
Ninth
cantrip.
level thaumaturgy.
Evelyn, you are wearing a heavy armor, and you're going into the sea voluntarily. Just keep that in
Guess I'll
mind,
die.
okay?
She's not. Oh no, she's not in the sea. She's like on the edge.
Okay.
She's fully aware.
Guess I'll die.
She's got like her ankles wet.
Hey, I do have that.
Also, this salt might, do a lot to damage to the metal, that sort of thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff you gotta keep in mind. Alright. So, you're just casting Diamond Church willy-nilly, trying to make a sound of something in the water.
Oh,
But-
wait, can I do that?
It doesn't seem to be a lot of any effects, really.
Wait, I'm too far from her. Can I?
Double thaumaturgy, friends.
Yeah, please. I can
Okay.
make a sound behind me.
Because it's
Like
cool.
sonar. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it too. I can do that too.
Yeah.
Okay, what sound...
Thaumaturgy too.
First of all, okay, as far as you know, water is not a good conductive vector for sound, okay?
Well, no, because what about whale sonar and stuff?
Yes.
It's the
That
best.
connects very
Yes,
well.
but you don't
It's
know
a
what
good
that
sound.
is, so you can't utilize it.
How would I not know that if I literally lived on the water,
I know,
okay?
but here's the thing. You can make a
I
sound
love
like that,
this is
but
the
it
way
would-
that we.
you don't think it would... Okay, first of all, you can make a sound like a whale or a dolphin or something. You've seen them before. But you don't know the science behind it. You don't know why they do that.
Okay.
That wouldn't be a thing in D&D, I don't think.
Well,
I think it's waves and sound and stuff. That's not really the sciencey stuff. They wouldn't really know.
well
Is
yeah,
sonar
I know like
impressive
the
in
sound.
D&D?
So you can definitely imitate the sound, but you don't know what effect it was.
Homebrew sonar.
You don't really know.
Yeah, can I, like,
you
make
can't
it-
understand
Oh,
sonar.
can I? Okay,
And
I
even
won't
if
do
you-
that. Can I make this like a really loud splashing sound that makes it sound like a whale or something is breaching like further
Yeah.
out, like
Okay,
scaling towards me?
Yeah, you can definitely make try to herd these fish using sound, but you don't know how effective that would be because, like I said,
I don't
water is
kinda
usually
wanna
not
do
a
it.
good conductive vector for sound besides sonar. But like I said, even if you
Fine, I
did.
guiding bolt to the water.
Even if you did understand the mechanics behind sonar, you don't have the receptors to, receive it, and you don't know if these fish would respond well either.
Yeah.
So,
I'll just make it sound like a whale is breaching.
so you see a fish at the very edge of your vision sort of range, because you see cactus sort of splashing around. You think you see a glint of fish scales. You can just guiding bolt, and you fry a fish, and it just floats up to the surface.
Can I cast Thunder Wave?
Wow, wasting all your spells, guys. That's, I mean, we don't have anything else to do. We just personal question, whatever. Just kill some fish. Sure. You guys could just
This is
buy
important,
fishing
okay?
poles.
For the record,
No.
that was like a lot of damage.
Yeah, you murdered this fish. In fact, it is incinerated in holy light. There's nothing left.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of
How
It
much?
is.
damage.
How much?
There's a brief
How much?
imagine a holy hand grenade underwater. Like there's like a boom, and then there's a dead fish where a fish was, it is no longer there.
Hey, the next one in the water has advantage though.
Yeah,
If
can I
it was
try
still
something, make it
around,
splashing sound?
next time a person attacked it, they would have advantage against it. But there's a brief flash of light, and then where there once was a fish, there's a fish no more. All right, Indy, do you also get into the water?
Yeah.
Make an
Yeah.
athletics check to swim out to Caxier.
Okay.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't give Caxier this because she has been around ships and the sea all her life, and she can also breathe underwater. So it doesn't matter to her. Unfortunately, you did neither of those things, so this matters to you.
Oh, how
You don't
does she
know.
breathe underwater?
You guys have never asked her about that. She seems to be
Yeah,
like
you
a
don't
fish in
know.
the sea, though.
You don't know.
But
In
it's
fact, you're not
cool.
even sure how long she can. Like all you know. So that's out of character knowledge. All you know in character, she is spending a lot of time underwater, like abnormally so.
Yeah, and I do my best to like freak them out to like. So you don't know. Is she drowning? Is she not drowning? I don't know.
But you,
I got
you
the
do
12.
know that she is
Evelyn
very
may be freaking out.
very good at swimming from what you can see. In fact, you get about, let's say you get 60 feet out, Indy, and you're like, man, this is too deep. I'm scared. And so that's about all
Wait,
you
I
get.
wasn't that far out. I was like, I was like 60. I wasn't far out.
Be about 60 feet out, Indy. Unfortunately, due to various sounds being cast into the water, a giant holy explosion of light. Most of the fish in this area have left and don't seem to be coming back anytime soon. Okay, Evelyn essentially threw dynamite into the sea. Okay, that's what she did. Now, it
Hey,
was
how much
targeted to
damage
only
was it?
hit one thing, unfortunately. But, I mean,
That's what I had.
yeah, so they just all left. There are no more fish
It's not
here.
like I could inflict wounds the fish.
If there was a fish close by, you could have. But yeah,
I'm
so
like
you swim
on
out,
the edge
Indy,
of the water. No, there wasn't a fish nearby.
and you swim out, Indy, about let's say about 60 feet, yeah. About to where Caxier is, but you're struggling real hard.
Can I come up underneath him and kind of just like scare him, like swim up under and just kind of like pull him into the water, but like bring him back up so we like
Oh
don't actually
man, these
get hurt?
pool game shenanigans. Okay, make a stealth check.
Okay, I have
Indy perception.
that's cocked.
Okay.
Oh, it's also cocked. Sorry.
Cax, you have a +8 to stealth.
What?
She is expertise in that.
15.
Okay, 15 plus
I see
8
you.
beats your 17. Did you roll 15?
No, I rolled it. Well, it was kind of cocked. I rolled it today because I don't have like a die tray. I rolled a 7, I think.
Okay, so that's a 15 total. So he sees you. He definitely does see you coming. So you unfortunately you're unable to pull any underwater shenanigans. He says in response, he says, "Yes, I am rogue. Also, I also have expertise and skills."
Yep.
Wait, did you mostly class into rogue?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has one
I
level of
didn't
rogue.
realize that. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, that's why my spells suck.
Huh.
Because I'm only a 3rd level bard, but I
He's
have
been
one
doing
level
sneak
in
attack
rogue.
in battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I haven't been here. I've been here like twice in the past like few months, so.
I've also like. Do you not remember me using thieves' tools with the
No.
whole breaking
I
into
haven't
the hotel that we were scamming?
Wait, you use Steve's tools for that?
Yes.
I didn't realize that. I thought you were okay. Sorry, I don't remember.
I was using thieves' tools and I got 1 off from the DC, but I realized afterwards I could have just used Mage Hand.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Open up the door
used
from
Mage
the
Hand.
inside instead of trying to break in.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that went wrong with that episode.
Yeah.
That's not for this episode to talk about. So you guys have a few.
Yeah, that was
it's
just
about,
one of many.
There's so
about
many
2
things
hours in the beach. The sun is no longer at zenith. Green is set, but still pretty high in the sky. It's about 4 p.m. now. About 4 hours left of daylight. There's other things you can do in Waterdeep. You can just waste the day away, or you can
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
progress.
Evelyn says, "Look, this is the beach." So 9 More
Let's go
Lives.
to
What does
the
9 More Lives think about the beach?
Nicki Minaj.
So 9 More Lives is currently rolling around in like a pit of sand after having destroyed a sandcastle she found.
Oh yeah. So while doing this, you come face to face, 9 More Lives, with this strange creature that you have not seen before. It is walking sideways, and it appears to have 8 legs, 2 of which appear to be like massive claws. And it has like big little eyes. And as soon as it sees you, it stops and like holds the claws up in like what you assume to be an attack stance. But it's like a few feet away from your face. And it's like eyeing you warily with his beady eye stalks as it walks around you, perpendicular to you. In a sort of a... There's appear to be around you just sort of a diameter that it's not willing to cross. And it's sort of like walking around, shuffling around you until it gets out of your line of sight. At least that's what it appears to be doing.
So I'm going to circle it sideways, trying to appear bigger from one side.
So this does not appear to deter it. It merely shifts its claws to where you're at and begins circling you as well.
Caxir comes up out of the water to watch this.
And you
So
don't.
I keep circling, which I guess means we're at an impasse.
But it's like it's circling you while trying to walk away. So it is. You're unless you decide to pursue it, it is inch by inch getting further away from you. It appears to be very spiny, and sort of armored. You don't know what its carapace is made out of, but to you it resembles like a giant, almost bug or insect, but one you haven't seen before.
So I continue to circle it, but I'm, trying to keep within its range, not going to attack it, but not letting it get away either.
And you definitely see his head towards the water.
So I'm going to get a little bit of a zoomy going on and then try to head it off from the water so it can't go.
All right. So roll.
This is gonna go so well.
Let's see. So I want you to roll something here because this crab is also trying to get into the water away from you. Let's do. Is there a crab creature in D&D? Let's time to see.
Of course there is. It's D&D.
There is. Okay. It can breathe air and water. Stealth 2. Okay, so it's going to try to get past you.
Thank you, Chris Perkins.
Yes. It's going to try to get past you. And it's going to be, this will be dueling dexes to get past you. Just a general, dexterity check. Which a crab has +0 to.
Guided.
So he got he got a 14.
Am I rolling a dex also?
Yes, just whatever your dex mod is plus your d20. It's not a
Plus your D4 for guidance.
So you got 6 plus 4 or 5, whatever your dex is. So it's not a save, it's just a check. So what is your dex mod?
5.
Okay, so you have 11 right now. You need to get a 3 on this guidance to catch up to this crab, otherwise it escapes from you. Okay. Unfortunately, this crab, maybe due to this being its natural habitat, is able to escape your grasp or your stalking it, and it slips into the water.
I imagine that I step on a piece of kelp and it kind of wraps around my paw and I try flicking it off to know.
Yeah, it's weaving around rocks, and you're seeing all this and it's going through beds of kelp that washed up, and it manages to elude you and get back into the water, and it has escaped.
Escapade. I tweeted that link, by the way.
Oh dear Lord. Okay, so you guys have done a brief sort of jaunt on the beach. It's now 5 p.m.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I like to interrupt our scheduling double D&D game to tell you that Matthew Mercer is playing Boo on the live stream right now.
Nice.
Damn, I want to watch the live stream. It's so bad.
For the VODs come up pretty quick on YouTube, like not even an hour after it's done. It's streamed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was maybe a couple days.
I was tweeting that, so I saw a picture and I had to tell you.
Thank you.
But
we go back to our fishing and our crab hunting.
So I mean, if
And
margaritas
drowning.
were a thing in D&D, like, this would be the perfect time to partake in those. But unfortunately, I don't think they are, probably due to lack of cacti in the general area. But yeah, it's 5 p.m. Do you guys have any other plans for the rest of the day, or are you just going to chill here on the beach for the rest?
Does anyone have like a flask of ale or something?
I think I have alcohol. I don't. It'd be my sheet. I don't want to be with me.
Let me see.
I know I have water, but I think I might
You
have
have a flask. It says flask,
a
but
flask.
I don't know if you have it filled with something.
It probably would be, but that's your call.
I'll say it is. It's some cheap, like, grog or whatever that you can pass
Disgusting
around.
sailor's ale.
Yeah.
Could probably also be used to ship
It's
to ship
cheap.
paint.
It's cheap shit.
But it works.
Yeah, it gets the job. It gets you drunk. But yeah, so while you're sort of relaxing on the beach, you get a the Documancer gets a message from the not the Documancer, the Secretarian gets a message from Portentia Drawn, not Portentia Drawn, Certainty Drawn, the Secretarian of the Acquisitions Inc. HQ located here in Waterdeep. That states she tried contacting your document. Unfortunately, it was unavailable. Someone said she turns to you to provide you with a quest, a job to fulfill while you are here in the City of Splendors. And it is titled "Help the Endshift Guards." And the information is that they provide to you is guards at the Endshift Tavern, located on Endshift Street in the Field Ward, are being robbed nightly while returning to their homes after their shift, and thus having laden with coin, having just been recently paid for the night's work. Find whoever is responsible and put a stop to the attacks. Additional info provided underneath is the guards are always accosted from behind and knocked unconscious in a surprise attack. Guards reported the strong smell of sewage just before being attacked. The Endshift innkeeper says he's been seeing more and larger rats than usual prowling around his establishment. The reward for completing this task is 250 gold.
So 9 more lives like the beach.
It was a confusing time in my life.
We'll have to come back and bring Freya and Rex.
Definitely.
Next
Yep.
time. And maybe a different beach. With
I
like
don't think they would know what to
drinks.
do either.
Well, next time we should have a picnic and a bottle of wine.
Catnip wine?
Something
Yes.
good from the.
I feel like yes. Can you get catnip wine?
It's D&D, man.
I get basically catnip Baileys here.
I'm sure with tabaxi being a thing, there would be something similar to that for the fancy equivalent. But is the sun's setting. It's about 6-7 p.m. now. It's a lot of things to consider. As night is swiftly approaching. Like I said, you have official job acquisitions incorporated. That since you guys heard Certainty's voice over the Secretarian amulet, you sort of all are aware of this quest.
Shall we?
We're just at the beach. We're not doing anything else right now. Might as well make some money if we can.
That's what I'd like to hear. So, are we familiar with this place? Or how far away is it?
It's located in the Field Ward on
I'm
Endshift.
sorry, I don't have the map. I don't know.
Sorry, the Field
It'd be
Ward
so
is like the
unhelpful.
northernmost ward of Waterdeep. It's the newest and poorest of the wards.
Wonderful.
Endshift Street is right on like the eastern side of the Field Ward, right next to the city walls. I'm painting on the map. If you're zoomed out enough, you can see it. No.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a tavern located there. The innkeeper's probably not the most creative, as he named the tavern after the street it's located on. But due to the sort of clientele and the location of the tavern, he decided to employ nightly guards, bouncers, just to keep things from getting too rowdy. And these guards are being robbed. But by whom? You do not know.
Does
But
the
it'll
description
take
of the
you.
robber sound like the Black Viper?
There was no description of the robber. I'll read to you again what you know, but let me get them. So you're like right here in the West Gate. That will take you about 70 minutes to get there. It's about an hour and 10 minutes. Along the way, you will pass the House of Wonder if you want to go there. Just letting you know. It's throwing it out there. But anyway, as far as the description of the individuals doing this, they do not know, because the guards themselves are attacked from behind and knocked unconscious in a surprise attack. The only thing they do report is smelling the strong smell of sewage before being attacked.
And this is as they're returning home, correct?
Yes, so they just
So
completed their
we can-
shift at the tavern. They've just been paid for the night's work. They're going home to sleep. And then they're
So we
attacked.
can assume they're returning to the same area-ish? They all live in the same area?
Yes, they probably all live somewhere
Okay.
in the Field Ward close by. Maybe on Shanty Lane. Yeah, that's a great name for... I want to live on Shanty Lane.
Is that so you can sing sea shanties all the time?
Yeah. It's just a Salt Pork Street, man. Okay.
No,
Anyway.
thanks.
Yeah, so you guys can go and investigate. You also will pass the House of Wonder on the way there, as well as the Rosnar Estate. So, just things to consider if you want to go visit people. Esvela probably won't be there at night, just because she has, a night gig.
What kind of terms did we leave on with her?
So,
Was it like
I'm her
mutual, like we're not
friend.
gonna
you guys are
Whoa.
like on good terms with her. She has she essentially said she'll help you out because you let her go. Like, so she's the one that lets you know about this individual at the House of One that can find things or people for you in Waterdeep. She doesn't really have many friends, and so you're the first people who've sort of interacted with her outside of her family for an extended period of time. And so, at the very least, your acquaintances, at the very most, your friends. Strange as that may sound, because she doesn't get out much, unless in a sort of retinue that guards her during the day, and at night she has her Black Viper sort of situation going on, so she doesn't really talk to people during that. She did mention that she visits the Yawning Portal during the day frequently, but once again, she's always surrounded by people from her house, retainers, guards, that sort of thing. But she is fond of going to the Yawning Portal and listening to people's stories and just bathing in the atmosphere of the place. It's a nice escape from her everyday life. Her favorite drink choice there is called Czar. It's a bubbly wine. At home, she's also under guard. because she had a bit of a rowdy childhood, teenage years, sort of defiant of her parents, and they were determined to raise the perfect noble daughter. And so, to sort of dissuade her from her rebellious acts, they sort of lock her in her room.
That's fun.
But yeah, she does her best. And she also has a younger sister and an older brother. The younger sister, she sort of helps tutor during the day. At least that was what you witnessed when you visited there. Because I believe she told you she doesn't want her sister to end up like the rest of her family.
Smart.
The rest of her family are, well, they're not nice people. This is backstory, in case you mix a Caxir. They were kicked out of Waterdeep about a century ago for engaging in the illegal act of slavery, and the only reason we returned.
I know more about her than I should because I've run a couple one-shots.
Okay, that's fine.
Her background, so.
I mean, I'm only loosely adhering to that, but like her family made up.
Cool.
But yeah, so she's an older brother and a younger sister, and her parents and her rest of her family sort of indignant and incensed that they were kicked out. They're like, slavery happens in other parts of Faerun, so why should it be so bad if we do it in Waterdeep? That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're determined to not be. They're determined to bring their family name up from its infamous now sort of state in Waterdeep, and they're determined to try to be a well-respected family. Once again, and to that note, that is why they're so hard on Esvela. Because they gotta marry her off as soon as possible.
We don't know how all that normally.
Yeah.
goes.
Well, she's not firstborn, so she won't be head of household. So they will marry her off to another noble family to improve their position. Essentially, that's generally how these things go.
Yeah.
Because I mean, first of all, she's rich because of noble, but she's also very pretty. So, you know, she got that for going for her as well.
Okay.
Anyway, that's Black Viper backstory, everyone.
Whoop whoop.
But yeah, so what would you guys like to do? Just silence.
Should we have
I want to go get Rex and Freya.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that would be great, but they're not here, so I'll just say for now.
Evelyn goes to get Rex and Freya anyway.
They're following you in a fugue-like state, so they can't interact. They're present but not. So imagine they are banished to the ethereal plane, just following you around. They're constantly in a state of fast travel if you're playing Skyrim. So they're going through the motions, but you can't interact with them.
Evelyn really, really just wants to go get Rex and Freya. Where did you say that crimes were being committed again?
Endshift Street in the Field Ward. It is the northernmost part of Waterdeep on the eastern side, next to the wall. It's around there. If you zoom in real close, next to the fine detail of this many megabyte-sized map, you can see Endshift Street there, around where I'm thinking.
Indy.
Yep.
Do you think you could slip a note to the Black Viper?
I am a rogue.
Or
Yeah, Caxir.
Caxir or Net Lives?
Caxir would be way better at that. Actually, Nine More Lives probably would be better too. Who is, out of character, who is the higher stealth?
No idea.
I'm thinking sleight of hand, but
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Oh,
You also
Like
know
9
you've been to her
times.
place. You do know that she has her house is protected. Actually, has a yard, so that's kind of rare. In Waterdeep, so that means they got a lot of money. They're also surrounded by a wall, And they're
I didn't say
also-
at her house.
Oh, so you want to track down
She
the
doesn't leave her house.
Black
right?
Viper in while she's perusing the North Ward for targets.
Evelyn's just thinking out loud. Quietly to her, companion. So out of character, okay.
I don't know who's the higher one.
I have plus 9 to stealth.
Yeah. Oh,
You have +8 Kex here.
yeah. Then that.
So, but yeah, she was thinking more sleight of hand. Like if you see her in the North Ward, you can definitely try to, but she generally tries to be as incognito as possible. She doesn't really.
My thought was that she goes to the yawning portal and we get her into the yawning portal without anybody seeing. Blah 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 blah. That was the.
Yeah. I said she definitely might visit the Yawning Portal at night as well, but it would be under disguise. Most likely not her Black Viper one, but she definitely would also be there as Vela.
I said we go check out these rats. They are rats, right?
So you know 3 things about the quest under additional info. Sorry, I'll post them. There, those are the things you know.
Thank you.
What the guards have reported, the innkeepers reported, just strange things happening of late around the inn, or what guards reported after they're being attacked.
How big are these rats?
You're not certain. It just says they are more frequent and they are larger than usual.
Evelyn says we should go to the Endshift.
Agreed.
Excuse me. I have a hiccup.
Sure.
I also picked the time was very strange.
So it's around 8:30ish now. You're headed towards the Endshift.
We're late.
You pass both the House of Wonder. You see its braziers leading up to the tower of it, lit with green flame, as always. Always
Green
on.
flame.
Always burning, always present, magically created. You also pass the Rajnar estate, but you opt to not visit either of those locales. Instead, head directly to the Endshift Street. You do not pass go. You do not collect $200. Along the way, unless you're actively looking for the Black Viper, you won't find her in the North Ward. So you're heading right towards Endshift Street. You get there without much trouble, and the poster of the quest, or the job, was the innkeeper. So you can always talk to him if you like. You can also talk to his guards.
That was my plan.
I figured what's going on, but I'll leave exactly what you. Excuse me, I'm burping. Exactly what you want to do. Up to you guys.
Oh, you good?
Oh yeah, I'm good now. Action. You guys hear me? Am I the only one in Discord?
No, I hear you. I just had to take the headset off. I'm over.
Okay.
That's no good.
I've taken you to the doorstep of the Endshift Tavern. I can't do any more for you.
We go to the
So what I'm
Endshift Tavern and we talk to the innkeeper.
Okay.
But someone else needs to talk to the innkeeper because I need to take a minute.
Okay. Anyone would like to step up? You see those dwarf pouring drinks on tap behind the counter. And he sort of eyes you to come in. And he says, "Welcome to the Endshift Tavern. You don't look like my normal clientele, but what can I get for you?"
So 9 More Lives is gonna slap her paw down on the counter and say, "I hear you have a rat problem."
Aye, but it's... I suppose you could call it that, but it's nothing worth mentioning. We just set out some more traps.
We're
Takes care
here
of
from
itself.
Arc Inc. We're here to solve your problem.
Oh, that problem! Yes, some vagabonds are absconding with my guards' pay at night, and they become very irate. So much that they're threatening to quit, and that just won't do. It's hard to find good help in the field wards, and so I would like to retain their services for as long as possible. So,
Any of the usual targets here working tonight?
well, it seems to happen almost nightly, so I'm sure if you stick around, they may very well yet be attacked. As far as persons of interest or clues, I'm afraid I have little to offer you, other than what was on the contract. But I was assured that they would send their best people, master detectives, and with amazing martial prowess.
So these rats we're talking about, are they this big? And 9 More Lives holds her paws out at about body.
What? What are you? Why? Rats aren't robbing people. They don't. Why would they need money?
I heard you had a rat problem. That's where my focus is.
Yes, they are about. He's like looking at himself and you, and you're taller than he is. He's like, And he goes to his torso, which is like 2 feet, like this.
That's large.
It's very. I mean, only a few. And they don't really hurt people. They just skulking as they are wont to do. Like I said, more traps take care of the problem, sort itself out. You don't really need to get involved. I'm also not paying for those, so don't bring me any.
Don't bring you any.
Yes, I don't want or need rats around my establishment.
I've got a mouse if you're interested.
No, I don't need any vermin.
What about the seagull?
I've got a gull and a mind flayer head.
What? How did you acquire... Never mind. No, I don't need any... We serve ale here, dear. And other alcoholic beverages. As well as food. Edible food. Cooked edible food to most humanoid races that are sentient and friendly to others.
Is the
Definitely
bartender
not mind flayer.
talking to Nylan?
This is the dwarf. Definitely not mind flayer skulls or rats or flying rats of the sea. We don't serve those here. It's not standard fare.
Well, I can solve your rat problem.
I don't... The rat problem will sort itself out. Why are you so hung up on this rats?
Take one good look at her and guess.
Kind of rude and racist, if you ask me.
I've heard much worse directed at myself. As I'm sure you can imagine.
It's like, well, look, I've been all around Waterdeep, up and down the Sword Coast, as far as Luskin, and as far south as... And this is me failing geography, but he would know this.
Caxir, yeah. Hannah? No.
Dear Lord, it says like, I've been as far north as Luxon and as far south as whatever that town is there at the bottom of the map. Here we go. I think I just need medium resolution for this. Okay, he says, I've been as far north as Lusk and as far south as Baldur's Gate. I've seen plenty of things and people, and nothing surprises me anymore.
What was the last thing you said? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
He says, I've seen plenty of things and people and monsters and situations and beasts. Nothing really surprises me anymore. I don't.
Except that my friend here would like to eat the rats or take care of your rat problem.
I'm not paying. If they want to go hunt rats, do that at your own leisure. That's not what I'm paying you for. There are plenty of rats without Waterdeep.
I'm a cat. It's at work.
You go into any back alley in Waterdeep, you'll find dozens of rats. Just have at them. I don't care.
But I've heard these rats are legendary size and they're just everywhere.
I just don't want you to bring them in here.
No, we weren't planning to. We're just offering to help. At least I wasn't.
Yes, I'm saying the guard problem is the more pressing issue. Rats are here all the time. They're just bigger than usual. I said we just get bigger traps.
It's bigger than usual normally, or bigger than usual just in general?
In general.
Guard problem? Are you wanting us to kill guards and
no.
bring them in?
Did you not read the contract I sent out?
It was talking about giant rats, and it said that people were attacked, and before they were attacked, they smelled sewage, and then there were rats.
Yes, but rats don't need money, so why would they attack people?
They're rats.
They don't have opposable thumbs to even use money, or things you buy money with. Listen, these rats are 2 to 3 times bigger than normal, okay? Yes, granted that is strange, but like I said, you just set out larger traps for larger rats, and all the larger rats either die or go away.
How big are these larger traps?
Is there anything else you can tell us?
Listen, people under my employ are being attacked and robbed at night. That is what I'm paying you for, to solve that problem.
Got it. Okay. Evelyn walks away.
The gods might have more information for you, but I really, that's everything it should be in the contract that I know.
Should be.
To be fair, we don't have the contract.
Okay.
So you want us to leave the
Rex
rats
has the contract.
alive?
No.
So Rex has the contract. You have the verbal the verbal form of it. This is what you
I
guys
have
get.
the badge that the contract was spoken through. And also a horrible memory, so you can't expect me to help, sorry.
So I'll post this in Discord because it's better form factor than in than Roll20.
Hello.
Hello.
Did I drop out?
I think Nate dropped out.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yep, okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I posted the info for the quest in Discord. So you guys should all have that.
I say we hang out here until... How many people are working?
Sorry.
Every night we're
Right.
rotating
Shoot.
a rotating crew or rotating gods, but there's at least 2 every night. Usually some more on the weekends because they get lots of crowd in, but as it is a weekday, 2 is the standard.
So we follow them home, I would think. like escort them home.
Yes, that would be for the best, I believe.
Oh no, you guys are all sounding like chipmunks again.
That is... I think that's on your end, in your headphones. He says, if you plan on waiting till the gods leave, be my guest. There's always food and drink for whoever comes through the doors. Just please, no more silly questions. Alright, so what do you guys do? Rose this time Caxter is muted and deafened, so she probably can't hear. But what do the rest of you guys do?
Evelyn passes out from exhaustion.
Appropriate. So you take a quick nap. It's about 9 p.m. So the bar closes at like 2 a.m. And so that would be when guards are headed back. So you guys take a brief respite.
See, that was in IRL.
I mean, it's whatever you guys want to do. Well, 5 hours of playtime here. Like you can 10 or 5 hours of game time to play with. So you can, just lounge about. So you got...
Go talk to the guard, I guess, and ask them what they know.
Alright. So when you come up to the guard, they say, don't make any trouble for the Endshift Tavern.
So, what do you want us to do with the rats when they're dead?
What are you talking about?
Sorry. We're from Acquisitions Incorporated. We received a job that stuff was happening after the bar closed, and there were rats, and we just wanted to know if you had any more information about it, or how we can help you.
Oh,
Let us help.
Right. Yeah, yes. So, yeah, it's weird.
Define weird.
So, like, well, first of all, it's fucking horrible. It's what it is, because I'm suffering this accent now. It's like I've been a week without pay because it keeps on getting robbed. I keep on getting robbed by whoever is going around doing these things. And it's horrible. And it needs to stop. I don't know who exactly is doing it, but they know a lot about the guards here, the shifts we work, on the routes we take to get back to our homes, that sort of thing. We also are not dressed in these, these lovely uniforms that the proprietor of this establishment has provided for us, but rather our street clothes, as it were. So it's very strange that they would be able to recognize us, especially at night, and attack us so regularly and thoroughly.
Is there anything new you can tell us about?
Well, I'm just getting real tired of getting knocked in the back of the head. And, it's like you're
You get
walking...
real tired?
Like, it's like if a bruise could form on top of a bruise, on top of another bruise. Like, my skin can only turn so many shades of purple. And I think I might be suffering permanent brain damage.
I just kind of side-eye him.
Because I've taken about, what is it? He's like counting his fingers. He's like, I've taken this many. And he holds up 3. Knocks to the back of my head. Um,
Are there any sounds when it happens? You said you smell sewage.
yeah, it smells real bad.
The lights go out suddenly.
Like someone's shit in your face. It's a steaming pile. And then it's lights out, and then I wake up, and I got no money.
Do you still have all your clothes on your person?
Yeah, got all my clothes. Got all everything
Not
else.
rearranged, not unbuttoned, not missing a button, not
No.
disheveled.
Well, it did fall down after they hit me in the back of my head.
Purposely disheveled.
No. That means messed up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing's
Yeah.
torn, nothing's broken, just your money pouch gone.
I'm afraid my skull will crack before long. If it hasn't already.
How does he actually look to me?
He's like a pretty rough individual. He's like definitely hired for his looks, his intimidating presence. He's rather tall. He's human. Sort of his hair is sort of shaved. There's like just stubble there, and sort of matches. It just flows into his beard. That is a bit thicker than the hair, the stubble on top of his head. He's got a few scars on his arms that you can see. He's wearing like leather armor, but it's like branded with the tavern's like logo, as it were. He has like and he has at his waist he has like a club, or like essentially like a billy club or something of that nature. Sort of, if he needs to use a bludgeoning tool for unruly patrons. He can wield that, you think, with frightening efficiency. But as far as overall demeanor, you do get roll an insight. So he generally is trying to be helpful, but he might be, once again, confused about certain things due to this many, 3, blows to the back of his head over the
What
course.
fingers do you hold up specifically?
He holds up a thumb and his middle and his index fingers. Is this many?
That's the correct way to say 3. Thank you.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
definitely.
The other
Study
way
you
is
on that.
6.
It's
Absolutely not.
it's the European way. But anyway,
No.
So
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna send-
So no, it's
I'm gonna send a photo to
No.
the chat of how to do 3.
Absolutely not. We need a
no,
poll
it's
on
a
this.
it's a
What's the
sign
correct
language
way?
thing, guys. So if you hold it up 3 the normal way, it's either W or 6. So 1, 2, 3 with a thumb out.
That's
That's your daily
3.
D&D, your sign language lesson.
well, thank you. Well, I was just doing it the European way because I feel like that'd be more in Waterdeep style. This is a fantasy setting. But he holds up thumb, index, and middle
6.
finger. He says, "This many," and then he looks at his hand. And he holds up his ring finger, and he puts it back down. Yes, this many. And so he's been hit in the back of the head 3 times in probably as many days.
They only count to
Less
3.
than me.
So he's probably not all there, but he's trying his hardest to help.
And how many rats have you seen?
And he stares for his hands for a moment, and then he says, "This many," and he holds up 4 fingers on each hand. Did you mean like tonight?
Sure.
Yes, tonight.
And he says this, and he just says, "Yeah, that many." He says 8 total.
That's kind of like an 8 on one hand.
So, you there are a lot of rats in the field ward. Seeing a lot of them around. It's not. They're a bit big, I guess. But They still die if you bash them over the head, am I right?
Girl with honey
You're not wrong.
knows that, like, things could shapeshift and stuff, but, like, Evelyn doesn't know if she knows.
Well, if they shapeshifted, then if they polymorphed, then hitting them in the head hard enough to kill the rat forms, then bring them back into human form. So I don't know if that would potentially be helpful.
But, like, I'm wondering if, like, the rats, out of character, if the rats are, you see, there's an influx of these rats, and the rats transform and hit the people under the head and steal their stuff.
I've never seen a rat use money before, but I suppose there's a first time for everything. What would they even look like? The little paws. He's like trying to imagine a rat with a coin.
Well, don't worry. We can take care of your rat problem, and then for just to show him what can be done, 9 More Lives takes the Mind Flayer head out of the bag.
Oh! What in the God's name is that? Get away. I don't like it. Not natural, that is.
It's dead. You don't have to worry about it.
So?
That's the beauty.
Just cause it's dead don't mean weird. Sorry, that's not the wrong accent. What am I doing? Just cause it's dead don't mean it's weird. Or wrong.
That means it's not weird. I believe that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't like it. It gives me bad feeling.
Well, I've got other things too, and then
Please no more. Just put that back in wherever it came from. I don't want to see anything like that again. Like ever.
He's the only guard on duty. There's another guard on duty
There's
tonight.
another one. You have not approached him.
Okay. Well, you go talk to the other guard to see if his story matches.
Yeah, so this one is another human, longer hair than the other individual. Sort of in a loose knot behind his but loose but short knot behind his head. Clean shaven, but like a thick jaw. And he says, "Are you the people that the owner? Are you the people that the owner hired?"
No.
Well, I hope you can make stop whoever's doing this. You know, getting hard to feed the family without any money.
Can you tell me about what happened?
Okay, so I'm kind of new here, so it's only happened to me once. But I'm walking home down Shanty Lane, or approaching Shanty Lane. Yeah, no, actually, it would say the Breezeway. I'm sorry. Going down Endshift Street, taking the alley to the Breezeway. That's where I live, on that street. Great view of the surrounding fields, I have you know. Anyway, walking down an alleyway to the Breezeway, you know, taking a little bit of a shortcut, and then I smell something really bad. It smells, you know, like someone just shat. And I sort of like try to cover me nose with my hand, and then crack, lights out, wake up against the wall with no money. And it's morning.
It's what?
It's morning. Sun's up. We're coming up.
Did it happen the same place as the other guards? Like, are they happening in the same location on the same?
Well, we don't all live in the same street. We do all live in the field ward, but another bloke lives on Shanty Lane. Another one in Leanwall Alley. Gawain Knife Street also is a place of someone else. Chop Street, that sort of thing. But the attacks, as far as I know, happen around this area. As far as the tavern goes, within a block or two.
I hear you have a rat problem. Is that true?
There are larger rats than usual, yes. But, you just set up larger traps. I mean, it's not like they're overwhelming us. They haven't gotten to the barley or the grains or anything yet. What we don't want them to is that, eats into ale production.
So if the rats aren't a problem, why were they ever mentioned?
There's more than usual. They said to report anything and all things unusual surrounding these events. And so we did. It's more rats than usual and they're bigger than usual. That's unusual.
How many more?
Would you say they are rodents of unusual size?
Yes. So normal rats, right, are like at most a foot long. At most. These are like 2 to 3. They're big rats. As far as numbers go, he's like trying to do math in his head.
Sounds pretty radical.
Damn it. He's trying to do numbers in his
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Scratching his brow and with the other hand rubbing the back of his head. And he's like, so a normal night you see maybe 4 to 6 rats. He's like counting on his fingers. Yeah, 4 to 6 rats. And now there is more than, and he's counting his fingers again, more than the fingers on both my hands.
How does he count?
He counts, he holds up his left hand and points to each one with his index finger, and you see him mouthing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he closes his left hand. He's like 5, 5, 5, 5. And then he opens his right hand, extends the fingers, and begins counting with his left hand. It says, so I'm counting in person while I'm saying this. He says 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.
Cool, so the Waterdeep education system sucks.
This is like the poorest ward in Waterdeep.
The last guard said there were this many rats, and then 9 More Lives holds up 8 toes.
So he's looking at that. He says, yeah, but the night's not over yet. You said how many we see a night.
No, I meant of the large rats.
You did ask.
That was 9 More Lives question. What was your question? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't ask the question.
Yeah, he said, you asked about rats we see per night. I heard you ask him. You asked him, how many have you seen so far?
Are all of the rats unusual sized?
No.
How many rats are unusual sized?
When he thinks about it for a second, he's counting again, and he says, Now I think about it. This many. And he says 3. Yes, I know that number. 3.
Does he do 3 correctly or incorrectly? Does everybody else think?
He is counting. He counts
right
3.
way or the wrong way?
He doesn't hold his fingers. He says 3. He counts on his fingers 3, but then he says to you 3.
But how does he count 3?
The same way he did it before. He holds up all the fingers on his left hand and counts them with his index finger and his right.
Okay.
He starts with
And
the
this is
thumb,
the DM.
and he goes 1, 2, 3.
He still counts wrong.
I don't know what you want from me. He doesn't
Index
speak sign
finger,
language.
middle finger.
Okay,
thumb.
well, I'm sorry, okay? He doesn't
Yeah,
do it that way.
No. Pointer finger, middle finger.
I
ring
don't
finger.
know sign language, if that's what you're asking.
Evelyn wants to put sign language on her sheet, but she's not a real Forgotten Realms language, so she can't.
Okay? I know, I see some people doing some weird things
Theater of the
in here.
mind.
They do some weird things with their hands, they seem to talk to each other using that, but I don't understand that. It's weird.
Oh, weird. I don't say
Thieves.
that.
Love that this is
And in parentheses, thieves can't.
I love that this is the hill that we're dying on here.
I know, you
Oh,
spent
yeah.
so
The
much
hill
time
we were
on
dying
these.
on was thaumaturgy and fish today.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
like...
can I, in Thieves Can't, say to Indy, this is taking too long.
Yeah, it's like that.
And then just
It's
walk
weird.
into the bar.
I don't think Garrett, I don't think thieves can't do sign language.
It's
Oh, I know.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because you...
There are
like,
definitely
in
signs
conversation-
involved as well, but it's also body language,
Oh,
context.
yeah, no, I meant, full speaking.
Yeah.
I meant, speaking only.
But yes, you guys... montage. Okay. And it is now closing time. You don't have to go home,
Closing time.
but you can't stay here. And so the guards are setting it up, and they say, well, as luck would have it, we're actually going to... We're leaving the same direction tonight, so if you could escort us out, that would be great. Who knows, you might even catch sight of these bandits, or whoever.
Rats.
Well, you should have seen many rats so far. We're just
Have
walking
you
here.
seen many rats?
In the field ward, you can't go 5 steps without tripping over a rat.
But have we seen many rats?
On the way here, you definitely saw some.
Have we seen any rodents of unusual size?
Perception check.
Wait, okay. Give me a second.
Okay, let's see your character sheet. I closed it.
Natural 20.
You have
Did
seen...
I can send you a
Nice.
picture
You
if
have
need
seen
to.
exactly 3 rats of unusual size. But as soon
Out
as
of how many normal rats?
out of the rest, there's only 3 you see. But as soon as you sort of spy
How's
them,
tax you're counted out?
as soon as you,
In your head.
so you're looking out the window at these, and and thanks to your sort of night vision, you can see that there's these amongst the various rats. You see 3 larger than usual, but whenever you don't see them all at once, you're just counting them as you spend time sipping away when a drink of your choosing, picking away the food of your choice. But you see them outside the window, and as soon as you spy one of these rodents of unusual size, it retreats outside of your line of sight.
Okay, the next time I see one, can I
Hold
get
on,
up
so
and
it's the
stealth out
Sonic.
and follow?
Is it blue? Is it like Sonic?
It is not, and you are very loud, and I was going to turn you down, but I like it.
It's also very dark.
Okay, sorry.
Evelyn
fine.
can't see anything.
Sorry. I just have
Can I
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just turning you down. 'Cause I had you at 200%, so the first time you spoke deafened to me.
That's the way it should be.
All right. So, you get up and you.
Someone's eating something.
Yeah. So you see these rats, and you get up and try to follow them outside, but they are scarce as soon as you step outside to search for some, you can't find any of these rats.
Even if I stealth
All rats.
the shit out of everything.
Do I
Give me a
see
stealth.
any tracks or
me
anything
a
that
stealth
might
check.
lead to where they went?
Okay, so if you're both outside, this is still before everyone has left, essentially. Like, this is last call. I'm going to adjudicate that. So, survival check.
Oh my god, Indy, are you opening some sort of bag of chips or
This
something?
is why we have push to talk.
12.
Okay,
Sorry.
so the
I
stealth
rolled a
check
4.
is not great. You can't
Nope.
sneak up on any of these rats if you manage to see them. They are out. You don't see more of these large rats as soon as you're prowling around outside.
They outsneak me.
I put too much cereal in my bowl, so I'm trying to pick it up. And
Do
I
I?
didn't.
Do you put cereal
No.
before milk? That's the real question.
Do it.
I put it in first, and I put the milk on top,
Okay, good. You're a sane person.
like an actual human being,
Okay,
Yes.
and not a criminal.
so
And you also count properly, so that's great.
you, Caxir, while you're looking for these rats, you do notice the strong smell of sewage.
I'm immediately going to turn around and see what I see.
No,
Immediately.
it's just in this general area. It's like it's
Okay.
like a overall stench.
Is there a sewer entrance nearby?
As far as you can see, no.
Do I
But
Is there any tracks that show where they went?
yeah, survival check. I'm alive.
Is there a place where it smells worse than others? Another place?
Okay, so you are able to see some of these rat tracks, and you're able to track one of these rats. You think you can track one down. Does anyone else have anything they want to do before I follow this thread?
I want to stand really, really high alert for anyone following any of us.
Okay. So yeah, you think you can follow this track, 9 more lives. And the question is, what are the rest of you doing? I know Caxir is outside as well, looking around for trouble or people trying to attack you. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Is there any light around?
No, it's like I said, it's like 2 a.m. So there's like the occasional street or lamppost, but they're few and far in between. If you were within the city proper, there'd definitely be better lit, but out here in the field ward, it's spotty at best.
Does the human guard have a light?
Yeah, so there's definitely these guards are like they're essentially bouncers, so they're at like the entrance to the tavern. So you actually stepped outside to talk to them, and so there are lights around the tavern, and so that's how they see.
How do they see when they're going home? I thought they were going home.
Yeah, they're about to. They use the light of the street lamps to get home. Like you can see the next light, but you can definitely see the next light in this chain of street lights, but there's a lot of dark space in between. If that makes sense. Like, it's definitely enough to guide you to the next one. And it's a street, so you can just walk down it.
Does anybody have light?
I don't have any spells other than the ones that...
Rex
Or
has
Rachel.
light, but he is not here.
I'm aware. Okay. Then
I don't think anyone does.
We don't see
Sorry.
anything.
Okay, so you guys, I'm just asking what the rest of you guys are doing before I follow Allow 911 Lives to continue to track this thing. Like, are you staying in the Endshift Tavern? Are you outside? I know Caxir and 911 Lives are outside. But where
I thought that we were walking with the guards home. That's what I thought was going on. I did not know we stopped outside.
Yeah,
They
same.
told me they slipped out before the guards went home.
Oh, that was just me.
Okay. That's what I thought you guys were doing. Like the guards are getting ready. They're getting their money. Like the patrons are like it was essentially last call. Are getting their last drinks. The guards are like, they see them getting ready to leave, getting paid stuff, anxious to get home. And that's when you guys have stepped out to, because that's when you saw these rats. Because you said the next time I see one, I want to follow it outside.
Yep.
And so you went outside.
Do the guard put their money in a pouch, like on their hip?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to the guards and say, can you try putting your money in a different location, say like inside of your clothing?
Never thought about that. But they proceed to do so. Okay.
And can I take my money pouch and put it where they would normally put theirs, but like empty everything out and put it like in pockets? Just put like a couple of rocks or something in it so it like feels like it's a full
Okay.
purse, but it doesn't actually have anything in it.
Yeah, you definitely can. Okay, so you're doing that. What is Indy doing?
Thanks for reading my head.
Indy.
Eating cereal, I think.
Okay,
Yes,
Indy
I
is
see
eating
it.
tavern
What's up?
food and indisposed at the moment.
Nope, I'm here. I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what is Indy doing? Evelyn is inside the tavern talking to the guards before they get their money and go home. Caxier's outside looking for any signs of trouble. Nine More Lives is like pawing at the ground. She clearly has discovered something and is beginning to walk away into the darkness.
I'm gonna follow 9 More Lives because she usually knows what she's doing.
Okay, so
And
you
I trust her on a situation.
and Nine
like
More
this.
Lives follow these tracks, and you follow her. And she's really low, and she's looking, and she's like tails
tail
up
touching.
high behind her, like waving, looking around, almost like a periscope. And she's following these tracks, and you get to the end of an alleyway, 9 More Lives, and you see this rather large rat there. It's very large. It's about 3 feet, 3 to
Don't be thick.
3 to 4 feet actually long. If a rat could be surprised, or rather, you see this rat is surprised because it's such a large squeak. And then at the end of this alleyway, and then somehow it lets out a cruel sneer and leaps to engage with you. I'd like you guys to roll initiative as we transfer over.
Who's
So
going to do it for me?
I will have to change this fight somewhat, but as he leaps at you, his limbs begin to shift into more humanoid things.
I knew it,
Ooh.
she says. But she's not.
But I'm going to have to change this up a little bit
Natural
because
19.
there are
Can
some
you-
people.
Can you roll for me?
Are we all rolling initiative?
Yeah, I'll roll initiative because
Nate, I got a natural 19. I don't know
Nice.
what my bonus is.
1 second. So basically, this is what the situation you guys are 9 More Lives and Indy are. Okay, so
That's a solid 10, y'all.
Nice. Pretty good for
I
a
already
cleric.
put a were-tiger in here, now I'm gonna put a were-rat in this bag.
hey,
Considering I have +0 to an.
so Evelyn, you told me you're with the guard, so you're here. Caxier's outside looking for trouble, so she's like right here. So right here.
Yeah, no, yeah. Trouble. That's true. That's valid.
All right, I'm not looking to get into trouble, but looking out for trouble. And you guys should all have max HP, so you've rested. Unless you have done something I'm not aware of. But anyway, let's get the initiative tracker up. Caxier, you said you get a 19 before your dex mod or after?
Before, I don't know what my dex mod is.
Actually, it's +4, so you get 23.
Rogues, man.
All right, I'm missing indies. Or did...
He said to roll for him.
Oh, okay. 1 second. I will do that. You don't want me to roll for you because I don't roll like shit tonight. I rolled 9 for Caxi and a 6 for Indy. So
I'll roll for him.
No, I rolled for you to put you on the tracker and I changed it to 23. So you're good.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so if I continue to roll poorly, it'll go well for this encounter. But if I need to roll for a character, it's not going to be great for you guys. Just throwing it out there. As usual, I can't roll well as the DM. I can't roll well as the DM. Okay, let me go
for us, but not good for you.
to the were-rat enemy so I can get them an initiative as well. And as soon as you see this were-rat reap at you, you hear the sound of other pitter-patter feet behind you as well. No more lives in Indy as 2 other were-rats move to it, or rats transforming into people.
I'm so excited we have a wizard and a barbarian with us.
They do, but
Yeah,
they're
it's
engaged
really
with the
cool.
guards, and they're like, so they're too busy doing stuff. So they're over there.
Spoil sport.
Okay, we're at 1. I got. Oh man. Okay, Caxir. Unfortunately, you don't hear signs of fighting yet, because that has not occurred.
Wonderful. So I just.
You can hold action though.
I'm gonna back to surprise.
Okay, so what do you want the trigger to be? You need to describe to me what you want to happen.
Anything that, any movement that I see that is not, that I know is, right, any movement that I see that is not obviously an ally.
Okay, so usually you can hold action, but I will allow you to either hold action or hold movement as well.
No, hold my action, but I'm like looking if I see movement that's
Okay.
obviously not up from an ally.
Okay. You don't see that happening because they're in this, more like here. They're in this alleyway.
I don't know, I can't say, but yeah, okay.
So you can't really see them. Okay, so we're at 1.
Are they actually were-rats?
Yes, they're giant. They're transforming into man-like creatures with were-rat, with rat-like heads.
Okay.
But the first one is leaping, at 9 more lives, like teeth first, and he's trying to bite you and then scratch you. You think? But here we go. He's going to attack. 17 to hit.
So that's my.
If it's your AC, it hits you.
So what's the damage?
4 piercing, but you need to make that con saving throw.
Don't do what I did and
And you
fail.
got like an 11. I want to see a were-rat cat. Damn it! That would just be the funniest thing to me. Man, I want that to happen.
No.
God, that'd be so good.
But he's going to try to scratch you too. And it says short sword, but it's going to be a scratch instead, because, you know. Oh man, I'm on fire!
Now you roll.
That's 7 piercing.
That was a horrible sound.
But that's its turn. It has sunk deep into your... It's still... Even though it's transformed into humanoid shape, it's still very small. Time More Lives. It's like still 3 feet tall. So his teeth are embedded in you, and he's like not letting go. He's just scratching you while his teeth are embedded in you. And it would be comical, except it hurts real bad. But yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna try to stab him.
A 9 will not hit.
Oh,
His armor class is not high, but it's higher than a 9. You do have your bonus action.
Can you disengage if they're lodged on you?
I said that for flavor. You can disengage. Yes, you just shove him off and run away. He's 3 feet. He's 3 feet tall. He's not a big boy.
He's a baby boy.
But you can definitely disengage as a bonus action. Okay, moving deeper into the alley. I like this bold choice. Away from your allies. Keep in mind, disengage, no one can attack you while you're disengaging. Not just the person you're disengaging from, that's any enemy that you move
realize
past.
that.
Yeah, so if you disengage, movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn. Okay. Where we're at 3, it's going in. He's going to try to silence Indy. Because he is a witness. And he is going to do the same. Teeth first, and then claw. Man! Oh, I am on fire.
Hey, what's up?
I'm assuming 22 hits you, Indy.
Oh, yeah.
You're really quiet again. No, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I just switched back from my phone mic to my actual blue snowball.
This would be the most ironic thing ever. But yeah, so he leaps, teeth first, digs in. I need you to make con saving throw. He does 20. He hits for 20. So
That's not my strong suit.
His 2 hit was a 22. The damage was 4 piercing, but a con saving throw. Need at least 11. Okay,
Yeah,
you guys
that's
are all
good.
good. Rolling really high on the con saves.
Double that.
All right, but now he's going in for the scratch. 7 to hit. So he's weakly flailing against your leather armor. He doesn't even scratch the paint, as it were, on the leather.
You know, the paint I have on my skin.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't reveal skin's freshest layer. Let's put it that way. In the words of Jerry. Or even leather's freshest layer. He barely leaves scratch marks in the leather. They'll buff right out. But yeah.
Nice.
And now, Evelyn, make a perception check.
Is there light?
This is sound. And yes, there's light. As long as you're in the front-facing portion of this tavern where the light is coming out, there is light for you. This alleyway does not have it. So you definitely hear the sounds of fighting coming from the alleyway or around the side of the Endshift Tavern.
You should know that my passive perception is 17.
Okay.
That's insane.
Yeah. So with that, yeah, clerics, man. You can definitely move towards the sound of combat. You definitely hear sounds of fighting, screams of pain, squeals, or chittering or something. It's weird. Hissing. And you can't quite see what's happening because of the darkness, but you can definitely double move.
I double moved my
you
60
did?
feet.
Okay. All right. So
And then I don't know where I would put.
the sound
spiritual
of combat is getting louder. You're definitely moving in the right direction. It appears to be happening just around the corner. We're at 2. Sorry, we're at 3 is up here next to Indy. We're at 2. We'll also leap towards Indy.
Yay.
I can only see straight here.
So what you can see, because there's essentially seeing a straight line from you. So you can't really see.
So I would say, would I have been able to see the second one?
You would have seen a flash of movement because he was moving essentially as you were stepping up into see him. You saw something move very rapidly further into the alleyway, like in a sprint.
Then she would have used her bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. And you place it.
That's a 60-foot range, so she'd place it the
Yeah.
edge of 60 feet.
You can place it anywhere in this alleyway, but since you can't see into it, you would be attacking at disadvantage because you're essentially blind.
But it gets up.
I'm sorry. You can place it in the alleyway, but you can't see in the alleyway, so you can attack, but it's at disadvantage because you're blinded, essentially. Because you can't see. You're just swinging wildly.
That's fine.
Okay.
I looked up were rat on Google. There's a lot of TF fetish art.
Okay, so a 9 is not going to be enough to hit. So you definitely hear the spiritual weapon strike stone, bouncing off of it. You definitely feel it, but it doesn't look like it hit anything.
And it looks like a bright sun, perhaps? That, like, hypothetically, as Flavor sheds some light so I can see. It doesn't actually do that, but
Yeah. I want it to, but it would confer a mechanical
want it to, but it
advantage to
doesn't.
you, so I can't let it happen if it doesn't explicitly say that. Alright, where at 2 is going to as he fled, like, this thing like literally hacked at his heels, but he was jumping at you, so it missed him, Indy. He was jumping at you, teeth extended, claws outstretched. He's going in. For the noms, dear lord, 19 to hit.
Guess on time.
I'm rolling on fire. 6 piercing.
Okay.
The scratch is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
8 piercing. I know! I can't roll this well as my PC in my Thursday game that I play. I need to make an Arcana save.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, I made it.
So you shake off the effects of this were. You now have 2 were-rats hanging off of you, Indy. Just like one on either side of your torso. And there's like
these are my new hands.
And they're just like they're
gonna kill both of us.
Wriggling. Well, Indy, it is your turn. And guess what? There are 2 right next to you. And you know a spell that can get rid of them really quick.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there. So unfortunately, you can't get them all, but you can get these 2 that are hanging on you.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at the battlefield because
it's 15 feet cube with you on one end of it, essentially. And there are 2 hanging on you to the south, to the bottom of the map, into the main road.
Okay.
So...
Can I move and then do it?
For the sake of this, I'll say yes, but you're at half a movement because you're like, they're hanging on to you. So you can move 3 squares.
I just need to move a couple.
Okay.
I just need to move to here, and then I'll cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
And that's a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, it'll hit them all.
And that's only 10 feet.
Interesting choice. You guys heading deeper into the alley, though. Not further out into line outside of your healer. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. It's like running away from Anna in Overwatch, and she's like, stand still so I can heal you. And you're like, no. Okay. Anyway.
So I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 2nd level.
Alright. What's the DC on that saving throw?
14.
Alright. I'm just going to go down the line 1, 2, and 3. Their saving throws. I got +1 to this. That'll already be in the check. Alright. So one makes it, the
Yeah,
third
two.
makes it, and is not blown back and takes half damage. The rest take full damage. So one just suddenly is clinging on to you, and he ain't letting go. But the other two are blown back. 10 feet, correct?
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
So unfortunately, they're also still in the alleyway, and your teammates can't see them. But it is Caxier's turn. You definitely hear sounds of fighting now too.
You hear me screaming.
Because the thunder wave kind of let everyone
sure.
know. It's a giant booming blast of thunder that I believe says within 300 feet. Everyone can hear this. Now, Caxier, you can bonus action run or dash. So you have 60 feet of movement if you so choose. Alright, would you like to use your bonus action to dash? Because you can't quite make it, I don't believe, in 30 feet. No. You are... So if you use your bonus action to dash, you will be within throwing dagger range. But currently you are around the corner. You can't see anything happening in the alleyway. Yeah, you're currently essentially it's an L, and you're on one end of the L, and so you can't see what's happening at the other end. Your bonus, you can still throw a dagger with your action. You have cunning action as a rogue. You can bonus action dash. Yeah, you won't be able to throw 2 daggers if you can throw 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say she goes. She would want to maintain distance because she's a knife thrower. So that puts her within 20. So sharpshooter doubles your distance, right? No, disadvantage doesn't impose. Max range doesn't impose disadvantage. Okay. So max range for daggers is 60 feet. Okay, yeah, they're all within range of you then. Yeah. Okay. 15 definitely does hit. You apply the poison. Which one do you aim at? There's one clinging to Indy. There's 2 more that are just like shakily getting up from the ground. Okay, the closest one. That definitely hits. And he howls in pain.
Wait, could it... Oh, wait, no, never mind.
As his dagger sinks deep into his flesh.
Man, I wish I had a bigger monitor.
Actually, if you want to, if you attack the one on Indy, you would have gone sneak with that too.
It's fine. Don't... Oh, okay. If you want to go for that, feel free.
And
If
your
you kill
sneak
me, I
is
will be
2d6, so I'll roll that. Oh, you're in nice. Okay. Damn. Okay. So, this where at coughs due to this massive amount of damage inflicted and like voluntarily lets go of you, Indy, and just falls in the ground and is like sputtering up blood.
Nice.
So he is very, very hurt.
Good. He deserves it.
He's also like almost in the surrender positions that dogs do. You know? He's like like all his paws are up facing you, showing you his belly, he's like waving his hands. But he can't speak because it's not his turn.
Don't kill me. I'm a good boy.
We're at 1. His turn. And he goes, and he's trying to, okay, so he would go to, his friend here and try to attack Indy to save his friend.
Oh no, I can't survive many more attacks.
He would actually go here because he's trying to.
If they get sneak attack, I am going to die.
They don't get sneak attack, but he's going to attack you. He's going to try to scratch you, Indy, and bite 9 more lives. Now, he'll only be unconscious. He won't be murdered. And you have a healer here. So, hey, there's that. So, bite towards 9 more lives. Nom, 7. Miss. Scratch towards Indy. 17.
Damn.
5 piercing. You're good.
I lived, bitch.
He's like, leave us alone.
No, you.
And you can see he's like in a defensive stance over his fallen, not quite fallen, but heavily wounded were-rat brethren. 9 more lives.
For a free action, can I see if I can hear any more rats in the alleyway behind me?
Yeah, perception. You don't hear any more.
I'm gonna stab number.
You stabbed this closest one to you?
Yes.
Okay. Definitely takes that. Shriek of pain.
How does he look?
Hurt. Where-rat 1 and 3 look hurt really bad. Where-rat 1's clutching his side. Where-rat 3 is still like on the ground in like almost like the fetal position. It's hurt pretty bad.
I'm pretty pissed right now, so in lieu of disengaging, I'm gonna stab again.
Oh man. Okay. So you don't get sneak. To stab again, you need an offhand weapon. And it can't be the same rapier you're using. So what are you using for your offhand? Dagger? Okay. I'll say it still hits. And we'll just have the damage be... Yeah, it can be that. It can be 9. Dagger! Okay. And he's like, yeah. You're definitely hearing like that was more humanoid than rat. Like the speech there. You definitely you know, it's a cry, a almost human like cry of pain. Rather than the squeaks they've been emitting so far. Where-rat 3's holding up his hands like, wait, we don't want to fight. We're not even after you anyway. Stop. And that's essentially his turn. He's trying to see like, stop, don't kill us. We don't want to die. None of the guards disappeared. They've all been just simply knocked unconscious and robbed. And they say, stop, don't kill us, we don't want to die. We're not even after you anyway. Just the damn guards of the Endshift Tavern. And that's their turn. We're at Three's turn. He does stand up when he says that, but he's like in a sort of supplicant position still, or posture. Evelyn! You hear this, at least for now, the sound of combat briefly lulled. But what do you do?
If I look backward, the guards are still there, right?
Yeah. They're still like
Okay.
gathering their things, getting ready to go. They're talking to Indy. I mean,
Well,
they're talking to
and
Rex.
plus Rex and Freya are with them, so it's totally fine.
Yeah, they're talking to him still.
They're fine. They're defended. I'm gonna move my.
Six squares.
Can I do that?
Yeah. Step over that potted plant.
Now I can see people.
You see your spiritual weapon just floating in the air, menacingly. The Were-Rat 2 is like looking at it now that he sees it. He's like huddled away from it. You see like Were-Rat 1 like trying to protect Were-Rat 3. Were-Rat 3 is like in a sort of submissive position to Indy and 9 More Lives.
I'm gonna move. Take my action to move, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to heal Indy.
Just gonna shout at him, or gonna do? Can you get to something?
Thank you.
By Lysander's light, be healed. All right. I guess roll healing. +3, right?
Yes, +3.
Half your cleric level plus spell level. So yeah, 11
Cleric
heal.
level +2 plus spell level. So yes,
Oh.
+3.
Okay.
So it's the D4 plus the 5, which is the base, and then adds 2 for the divine life thing plus 1 plus level of the spell.
Yeah.
So if it's second level, it would be 4. This is first level, so it's just 2, or it's just 8. It's 8. It's 11 total.
Yeah. I'm positive there's a macro for that, but I don't know where it is.
I don't know Roll20 well enough, so I just math.
Yeah. So you get 11 healing health back, Indy.
Great. Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, 6. You guys should all be able to see each other's health now too. Let me know if you can't.
I can't see anyone's health but my own.
Okay. Well, I know why. Let me see. So there's going to briefly be 2 Caxiers on the board. But pay no mind to the Caxier behind the curtain. Okay, yeah, I need to... See, it's great that they added all these tools, but they didn't change them in the back end. So they're visible to editors, but not to everyone else. But let me briefly do this so you guys can see each other's health. I have to go in and edit all your tokens manually now to make sure.
The D&D thing lost power.
So you should be able to see Indy's, right? 16 out of 31. Everyone.
I can see Indy now.
Yeah, he was hidden by 9 More Lives. I think Caxer was only you couldn't be able to see. I didn't change hers. Yeah, you should be able to see 9 More Lives as 2.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I just didn't update Caxier's.
I don't see Rex's either.
Okay, did you see Freya's though, right?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't update Rex's. I didn't update Caxier's. Which I will type in my to-do list.
Yeah, and I can't see No More Lives is where she is.
Yeah, it's because she's at the top of the map.
You invoke duplicity. Can you really do that? It's amazing. Oh. I have a cool lifey cleric thing that lets me heal you guys to like half your health.
All right, so what do you guys do? Whose turn is it next? Rather. We're at 2. He huddles up. He moves closer to. We're at 3. He's like, he does like a little bow to you guys as well, like Indy, 9 More Lives, and Evelyn. As he passes you, he's like, yes, we don't want to fight. We want to live. Living is good, yes, the best.
Do I believe him?
Yeah, you can insight. But I mean, every living thing generally doesn't want to die, so.
Yeah, but they were just attacking my party members.
Yeah, but you don't know why. He says, well, you didn't ask him why though, but he just says we don't want to die.
Yes, do I believe that?
Yeah, definitely doesn't want to die. Indy. Sorry, is there anything you want to do? Oh, wait, no, that's his turn. That's what he does. So, Indy, what do you do?
I'm going to cast another spell, Cure Wounds, 1st level.
It's 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yep.
A nice, a tasty 2.
Solid 6. Good job.
Yep.
There was no way I had to healing word. I was as close as I could do.
No worries.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Oh, yeah, I'll cast Bardic Inspiration on Evelyn. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so inspired right now. I'm so inspired to go to bed.
Well, we're wrapping up soon. Alright, Caxir. Your turn.
Oh my god, I keep forgetting about cutting words.
Make a note.
That's
How do I
one of
do
the
that
reasons
in
lore
Roll20?
bards are so good. Anything you like to do, Caxir? Are you muted? She's not here anymore.
Oh, right.
In anything.
Nope.
So we'll just skip her turn for now.
Oh, she said she needs to head off now.
Okay, that's fine. So let's just say we're out of initiative unless you guys want to continue to murder these rats. We're offering up. Keep in mind, now offering up no resistance. So they say yes. Let us live and leave. We will go our separate ways. Yes.
So 9 More Lives is gonna basically put the point of her rapier to where rat 1, but not actually thrust it, and just say, explain your.
Where? Starting when?
Attacking us?
Well, a moment, please. Can you just he's pointing to his throat.
Oh, I'm sorry. And she's gonna move it down to his torso and then push it back in, just against him, but not actually penetrate.
I suppose that can work. And then he looks at his other where-at friends and nods, and they turn into halflings before your eyes.
I knew it.
Same.
So, yeah, we're part of a gang, you see? And, one of the gods here did one of our mates wrong, so we gotta get some revenge. You know how it is.
You could be a little more clear.
You could just talk to them. Tell them it wasn't cool.
I mean, a gang of halfling were-rats. You know. He says, people don't, generally regard halflings, especially halfling were-rats, in the best of lights, and so one of the gods made fun of us. So, we took care of it, you know?
You could have just made fun of him back.
Yeah, it's not really our style. I mean, kill anyone.
Yeah, but you know the Waterdeep laws as well as I do.
Yeah, the laws are kind of
Well, they coulda
flexible
get-
here.
Diamond, stop it! Oh,
What?
I heard Diamond stop it. Because I assume it was a cat.
no, that's the dog. Actually,
Oh,
she came up and elbowed nose under my arm, which is on my mouth,
okay.
and lifted.
I thought the cat was wanting your attention, so sat on your head, or
No, Diamond wanted my attention, so
Suddenly-
she decided to interrupt my sentence.
just dug its nails into your flesh. You know, things cats are known to do.
Yeah. My dog does the same exact thing when she wants pets.
But he says, the laws seem to feel a little more flexible than the rest of Waterdeep, and, yeah, gods don't really get out here much. The city gods didn't get out here much. Got better things to do, God, than those hoity-toity people in the sea and northwards. So we sort of look after our own in the field
Do
ward.
they have any specific gang livery on them?
They do, but you don't recognize what it is. It's like a broken crystal.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're called the Shard Shunners. We
The
take
what?
the Shard Shunners.
SHUNNER?
This is pulled from a D&D module. Do not blame me. Shake your fist at the sky and yell, Perkins! But yes.
Perkins is DMing right now.
But, so he says, yeah, the Shard Shunners take care of their own. We're a halfling gang of were-rats. We don't take too kindly to people looking down on us. Which is pretty much everyone.
Do you ever do good things for the community? Because if you do good things for the community, people just sing your praises instead of looking
I
down.
mean, good things for us and the people we know.
What about good things just for the sake of doing good?
Why would we do that?
So people don't look down on you?
I'm not sure you know what it's like living here in the field ward, Missy. You smell too nice. Look
Yeah,
too nice to be
But
from
I know
here.
a little bit about people looking down on you.
As he's staring up at this person who's twice his height. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
9 more lives is just gonna push the tip of the rapier just a little bit more.
Ow! What'd you do that for?
You're annoying.
How so?
Have you heard you?
Listen, this is how we talk. I'm sorry, I don't make fun of the way you talk. Cat lady.
This is fun.
Anyway, just let us go and we won't bother the gods anymore.
Oh, do I believe that?
Let's insight check them.
Yeah, you can roll insight. They fear for their life more than retribution on the slight that they have received. So you believe them, yes. Indy, you also believe them.
Did the contract say we had to bring them back alive, or just have to stop it?
It said find whoever's responsible and put a stop to the attacks.
Give me your badge. Like the insignia of the.
Oh. Okay. And he tears it off.
Great. 9 more lives? What should you do with?
They're like fearfully looking at this giant
Have
cat
you
person.
got your playtime in today?
They're just like slack-jawed. Now, keep in mind, they're in their halfling form now. And they're just looking at you. Rubbing their hands together in
The answer to
shoddy
that question was
clothes.
That was A joke, and B, I was just amused.
I know. I just wanted to see how she acts. I'm further fleshing out the scene.
So do you have a leader?
They're like, no, not really.
Are there any more of you?
Maybe.
I'm gonna push the rapier just a little bit more.
Okay. There's 3 more of us. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of halfling were-rats in the city of Waterdeep. We'll tell them
How
the
do we
news
get-
too. The Endshift Tavern is off limits.
So just to make a point, I'm gonna.
Dude,
Hey, oh,
I hear a kitty.
kitty.
That's Waggy.
Waggy, does
I'm gonna pull the
911
mind
know
flayer
the
head
water?
out of the bag.
Okay, good.
You pulled a what out of the bag?
The
The
mind
mind
flayer.
flayer head.
Yeah!
That's 911's favorite thing to do.
Scare tactic. Make an intimidation roll.
Oh, can I glare and move the spiritual weapon up?
Yeah, you can assist.
How do I do that?
No, she just rolls advantage.
Cool.
You need better than a 5. Let's put it that
Damn
way.
it.
You have advantage. I'm assisting.
So roll it again.
Sorry, I was muted. Did anyone talk?
No, we're waiting for
Yes.
you. You have an advantage on the roll.
Roll it again.
Alright. Due to their weakened state and so many people, tall people, surrounding them, the DC on this is low. Okay? We're at 3 is not long for this world. He doesn't seek immediate medical treatment. So just due to everything that they've happened so far, this night did not go as planned. All these tall people surrounding them with weapons drawn, all of them being close to death. They say, yeah, we'll tell them. It's off limits. Please stop. Ah!
You good, Nine Lives?
We're done here.
Best response with the cat ever.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so they're like, so you let us go? I don't speak cat. Only common and halfling.
It's just cracking me up because the cats are talking for me.
They speak halfling?
They're halflings.
I talk to them in halfling.
They're in their halfling form now. Like, even though on the screen you look at were-rats, they're halflings that transformed into
But I
were-rats.
forgot I spoke halfling till just now. I'm gonna look at them and say in halfling, go. If I ever hear any trouble, I have your symbol. I'll be able to find you.
Ah! They just, like, scatter.
The light of Lathander. Brighten your day.
They just scatter further down the alleyway, running. The 1 and 2 supporting 3 in between them.
I love your cats.
I love those cats too.
They're so cute.
Alright, so you have... I'll just speed up because it's getting pretty late. I know we started late, but it is also pretty late, naturally. So you guys do finish up the quest. You turn it in, and you get paid 250 gold, which can be put into the loot person's bag, or the hordes person's bag.
Does the horse person's...
The vor person.
Sorry, the Vors... Once again, this is the official... I'm speaking as the DM officially as a representative of Acquisitions Incorporated that you would talk to the counter when you turn in the quest. They would refer to it as a horde person's bag. They would not call it a Vors person's bag. And once again, as per the letter that Certainty Drawn sent to Rex, whatever party parlance you have in between each other, they don't really care about. But if you're dealing officially with Acquisitions Inc., especially in writing, you need to refer to people by their proper titles, equipment by its proper name, so on and so forth. Under threat of time spent in word jail, is what Certainty said. But yes, so you guys are paid 250 big ones, and you head back to the Yawning Portal to sleep for the rest of the night, essentially turning in the quest in the morning to get paid. But we'll just say you turn that quest in, you guys step out of the Acquisitions HQ. It's a brand new day, full of possibility, maybe even the possibility of continuing some people's personal quests. Who knows where the story will take us next. But
Why
guys,
not a
never
long
find out.
rest?
They do take a long rest.
Why not a real life long rest?
Oh yes, that as well. But so full HP, spells, and so on and so
God, I wish
forth.
we could get 8 hours a night.
Once again, I'm just going to remind you guys, personal quests are a thing. Get some sweet bonuses for completing them, as well as leveling up is milestone based. So just throwing that out there. You need to complete milestones to level up, not
I went to the order to get a person.
not go to the. I'm saying I loved it and I rolled with it, but we'll end the session there and we'll talk more on table talk. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.